Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Den Creative Live. I don't know why my background is so blown out. You gotta love the automatic lighting and adjustment of the onboard webcam. Someday, I'm gonna figure out how to make it so I don't have to have. Well, normally I'll use it up here for the top-down view over on Patreon for the weekly readings. We just go live that way. Um, but my camera battery runs out after a half hour. Well, not the battery, but the timer thing. If you don't, I don't know, it's some mechanism within the camera, but if you have an external thing that you can actually plug in, it can kind of bypass that system. Otherwise, I'm just running on camera battery, which usually lasts me about an hour if I'm lucky. But yeah, one of these days we're gonna have better quality over here, I hope. I just need to quit saying one of these days and actually do it. But yes, I hope you're all doing well. And speaking of the word magical, that Jesse was like, I have a feeling it's going to be a magical live stream. I haven't used this one for, it's been a minute. Let me look. I haven't had this one out on my setup here for probably about a month. It's the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. I had it on the shelf over there and I just felt called to it and grabbed it. And I'm like, this will be the card that, or the deck that we used to do the one card pull today. So let me set that back there for now. And yeah, my hair's very wild today. I need to wash it either tonight or tomorrow morning. It's time. It's time. So yes, it's a little crazy and stringy, and I can't wait till Venus is no longer retrograde so I can dust off these ends and just probably give it a nice couple inch cut just to clean it up a bit. It's very crazy. All right. Yes, those Irish jeans showing right on through with the hair. Yes, good magical call, Jesse. You are in tune. Okay. So let's see. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a whole thing, this hair of mine. It enters the room before I do, apparently. But let's see. Yeah, throat's still kind of doing its thing. If you haven't been around for a minute, I had COVID and still just residual effects of that going on. So we've got the pineapple juice to help clear the throat. Take a little drink of that before we get started. So let's see. Yes, with that word magical. It's funny because the deck, I'm gonna have to show you. Again, please forgive the state. Let me pull all the Lemurians off my laptop. This is how we supercharge spirit coming through. If you could see. Well, you can. I'll show you. There we go. Lemurians for days on this table. But I'm going to show you the Believe in Your Own Magic deck was right here behind Pop's picture. If you're wondering, who the heck is Pop? That's Lori's dad. He comes through a lot, but the deck was right here. And yes, I know, messy shelves, cluttered shelves, dust, messy shelves. But you're here for it, right? Okay, let's plug this back in and let's get rolling for let's see. I'm going to pull a card for anyone who wants one. Type the word magical. Type the word magical and I will pull you a Believe in Your Own Magic card. And I'm going to kind of leave these open to interpretation for you. Yeah, this is most of the decks. I have a couple like in my room and a whole bunch. Oh, I didn't show you the bottom shelf. Well, second from the bottom. The bunch down there. I don't know if I'm getting it. Yeah, I need a vacuum. I need a dust. Like this room is just a hot pile of something or other. Okay. Oh, Pika Lee donated. Awesome. So let me go ahead and add her. I've got the list here. You guys will see it after we're all done. We're really doing some work here. Add Pika Lee. Make sure I have everyone else that's donated. Okay, I think that's the updated list, which I'll hold off on pushing enter for just a minute. Put all my Lemurians back, and then I will start at the top. I want a singing on each side. A singing Lemurian for each side. How's that? They just have that extra little tingle Tinkle's more like peeing. That's probably not the word. I don't know. The tinkle of bells. Isn't that a thing? Tinkling bells? Alrighty then. Let's go back up and let's see. Yes, crystals. Oh, you timed your lunch break to catch the live. I love it. Exciting. Yeah, this is going to be our new weekly time. Instead of Saturdays, it's going to be Friday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time through whenever we're finished, but hopefully by 2 p.m. Mountain Time so I can still run up and get my kids from school in a timely fashion. I like to get there early. They get out at 3, but I like to get up there about 2:30 just so I can get a parking spot. Otherwise, in the snow and ice, you are parking far away and walking and hopefully not sliding and falling on your butt. I like to get a spot all front and center so they know where I'm at. Okay. First magical word I see is Cheyenne Downey. Let me itch my nose. Ooh, good luck coming in. Itchy nose. Okay. So Cheyenne, let's get you a card. And I'm not going to elaborate too much just to make sure that we get everybody. And thank you guys for your likes. Both my channels have been hitting a bit of a rough patch. Most specifically, though, my main channel. But every like, every comment, every bit of engagement, even just watching the videos, but liking, commenting, really helps let the algorithm know that you're interested in my content. Otherwise, they won't quit showing it to you, which they've done for many people. It probably gets shown to about 1% of my subscriber base. 1% of 21,000 subscribers is a very small amount. And those that have notifications on are not getting notified, and those that are subscribed are sometimes being unsubscribed. So my word of advice in my post today over my main channel was to unsubscribe and then instantly resubscribe, if you enjoy the content, and then hit the notifications if you choose to accept the notifications or want the notifications. That way you will kind of reset that algorithm for you, at least for the next however long. Because your habits with people's videos and content are kind of what will shape it, I guess. But also YouTube has a mind of its own, so there's that. Okay, back to Cheyenne. Let's get Cheyenne a card. Magical card. And you guys are going to be opening these for your own interpretation. I probably won't go too in depth with it. But we have your feather. Think first before you judge, and then there might be an angel number for each of you. 26, the number 26. Add that up, that's 8, taking action. Financial abundance coming in as well. Sorry, itchy eyes, itchy nose, itchy everything. Okay, so that was for Cheyenne. Let's get a card for Vicky Downey. Okay, you have your garden. Something lovely will grow from this. Something you've maybe recently started or you're thinking about doing. Oops, my chat just jumped. And we've got the number 15, which adds up to 6, which 2022, universal year number 6. Self-love, self-care, working on yourself, priorities. Okay, Michelle Lynn wants a card. Oh, hello, Armani Coat. I haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome. All right, Michelle Lynn's card. Here it is. Gold. You don't need someone else to fix you. We've got the number 36. So I think you're closing out some cycles surrounding limiting beliefs, feeling like you need someone else to complete you or to be accepted by certain people to feel, complete or whole. You're leaving those belief systems in the past. Okay. Armani Coat. Phoenix, how's that for a happily ever after? And we've got the number 9. You close out one cycle. You're rising from the ashes of maybe something that wasn't very easy in your life. You are overcoming it. You're starting a whole new, not even a whole new chapter, Armani Coat, but a whole new book, once upon a time. And then the next page is blank. You are writing this book as you go. So you get a good one. All right. Pete Lee. Ooh, here we go. Villain, you can always rewrite your story. Oh my gosh, what was I just saying to Armani Coat? But a lot of times we make ourselves the villain of our own story, but we should never have to be the villain of our own story. We should be the main character, the protagonist, not the antagonist. But then we have the number 38, which might be relevant, and then also adding that up to the number 11. So twin flame vibes, soulmate vibes, connections, partnerships, friendships, connections, one-on-one connections, and awakening, spiritual gifts, all of that. All right, Linda H wants a card. Here we go. You also have the garden card. Something lovely will grow from this with the number 15. Again, that adds up to 6. Self-love, self-care, balance, getting everything in alignment, nurturing yourself and others. All right. So something you've been working on, Linda, is you're going to be able to grow it. As long as you're nurturing it and putting in the effort, the love and affection and attention into it, it's going to grow. All right, so Amber, card for Amber. Here you go, my dear. You've also got the feather card. Think first before you judge. So, instead of just thinking, an opportunity comes in, you're like, oh no, I could never do that, or it's too expensive, or I don't like the people involved, or, whatever it is, instead of just automatically thinking, oh, blah, 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 just kind of allow it to resonate or to marinate. That's the word I'm looking for. Marinate and just kind of let it be. And instead of judging it, just kind of let it fall upon you and then feel into it. And we got the number 26, which is about taking action. So think first before you judge, and also think first before you take action in a direction as well. All right. I guess I am going a little into depth with these. A little more than I thought. But there's not too many of you, I don't think. Okay. Tanishka, here's your card, my dear. Castle, it's time for healing, not war. So it's time, if you've been fighting with people or disagreeing with some people in your life, it's time to just kind of pull your energy back and do that inner work, do the healing, feel your feels, feel your feelings. It's 11:11 on my clock, but you also have the number 30 here, which is about creation, creating something new, walking away from what's no longer serving you, creating something new. All right, so let's get a card for Maminka. Mia, oh man, I'm going to butcher your name. I apologize. Maminka, is that how we say that? Magical. Okay, here we go. Morning, the world awaits you. Yes, there is something you are going to wake up excited about very soon, ready to take action. And it's very dreamlike because look outside her window. It's like she's underwater. But to me, this doesn't feel negative. This feels exciting and good. We got the number 4 here. So anything you're going after or creating now, you're creating a stable, solid foundation. And you also have the support of your guides and angels as you make this endeavor, this possibility, like a thing. You're going after it. Susie wants a card. Right. We've got feast. Slow down and celebrate yourself, Susie. Yes. So take time to enjoy the little things in life. And then also the number 29, which adds up to 11. And we just had 11:11 on the clock. So yeah, the number 29 also might be relevant. Looking up angel number 29 might bring you some further guidance as well. All right, Michelle De Leon, let's get you a card. Here we go. We've got here nostalgia. Focus on the here and now. The number 33. So there might be some people in your life that are wanting to bring up the past or ruminate on the past, and really Spirit's trying to, it's funny because nostalgia is kind of the opposite of the present moment because it's kind of thinking back, even when it's positive, thinking back to the past, that still kind of takes our energy out of the present moment. So focusing your energy in the present moment, Michelle, will help you know what your next move is. And also you have angel master number 33, so you can look that up for some additional guidance. But threes are all about creativity, collaboration, and also 3 + 3 is 6. So nurturing yourself, nurturing others, balance, all that fun stuff. Okay. Next, we've got Jessie. Jessie, card for Jessie. Magical card. Ooh, you have garden as well. So those new seeds you're planting, those new beginnings that you are going after, they are taking root and something lovely will grow from all of these changes you're making in your life. And of course, the number 15, again, the number 6 that just keeps coming up over and over today in these cards. Yeah, 2022 is a universal year number 6 too. So there's lots of good changes coming where you can actually put yourself and your little family first. Okay, so Brandy Lynn, we've got here mural, be your own first priority. And we've got the number 25. I was trying to read that backwards. 25, which adds up to 7, which is introspection, learning about yourself, doing the self-love thing as well, but just really tuning into who you are and what it is you want. And then the mural card, be your own first priority. This is putting yourself first, your needs, your wishes, your desires, putting boundaries in place so people aren't encroaching on your space and just making those boundaries clear by communicating what they are. Okay. Magical for Lori. Let's get Lori a card. Hopefully she watches this replay. If not, it's 14:28 is the timestamp. Jessie, if you want to text her and let her know at 14:28 of this live stream is her message. And we've got here villain. You can always rewrite the story, Lori. That rhymed. I love it. And the number 38, which, adds up to 11, Lori's life path number. So yes, she can always rewrite that story and, not focus on the things that feel out of control and scary and sad, but writing this in a way that actually serves you, Lori, is really going to help. Okay. All right. Did we get everybody? Let me just keep going. Katie R wants a card. Magical. Magical for Katie R. Great. Endings are inevitable, but so are new beginnings, because 3 plus 7 is 10, which is a 1, which is a new beginning. So, yes, you are closing out old cycles or putting some things to rest and looking to the future to create something new, because you've learned lessons from these things you're leaving behind, or energy, cords you're cutting, something from the past you're leaving behind, and deciding to focus your, power into the present moment and planning for a better future for yourself. All right. Let's see. Okay. Anything else? Don't let me go back down. Okay, where am I? Wow, we really jumped. Okay, here we go. I think I'm back on track. Okay, so Jessica Lynn has a magical. Let's get Jessica Lynn a card. We've got here Phoenix. How's that for a happily ever after with the number 9? Closing out a cycle, rising from the ashes, creating a new beginning. Remember, creating a whole new story. You're not even new chapter, new paragraph. No. Whole new book, whole new story. And a more positive story, Jessica Lynn, is what I'm hearing. All right, Blissful wants a card. We've got the Voyage card. You already have all the answers. And the number 34 adds up to 7, which is those answers can be found within. You're not going to find them in a book or on a map somewhere. The map is in your heart. That's what I'm hearing. So you're going to know what options you need to choose or what directions you need to go very soon, Blissful. And it's going to come from within rather than someone else telling you what you should do. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Jay, no. If you want a card, put the word magical in the chat. And if you're just joining us, anybody, put the word magical and we will get right to it. Okay. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome, my dear. Okay. Oh, glowing. I love the energy. Thank you. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. Okay, the 15 from the pick a card you just posted. Yes, on Patreon. Oh my gosh, right? Yes, you just sent me that. Okay, 1428 for Lori. Oops, let me scroll back up. Magical for Jano. Okay, here's your card, Jano. We've got Villain. You can always rewrite your story. This is a theme today for many of you. Number 38 might be relevant. You can look up angel number 38 or number 11 because 3 plus 8 is 11. But this is you just deciding, I'm not going to be the bad guy or beat myself up for things that I've done. I'm ready to move forward as the hero of my life. Yes. Okay. Put the word magical if you have not already gotten yourself a message. Kirsten, magical. We've got here Voyage. You already have all the answers. And again, they're found within your heart, within your soul. Your higher self has all the answers. You don't need a map. You don't need another tarot reader. You don't need really any of this external stuff. Although a lot of times we like to get that validation for the things we think we know and we think we feel. And we hear it, as a synchronicity or someone validating that feels good. And it gives us that confidence to move forward. So, there's nothing wrong with seeking outside of ourselves, but always checking in with ourselves first, I think, is the most important thing we can do for ourselves. And you're no exception, Kirsten. So go inward. Okay. Magical for Sarah McKinnon. Hello, Dr. Lupo. Welcome. Good to see you. All right, we've also got the Lioness card for you, Sarah. You've earned all your stripes, literally, figuratively. Everything you've gone through has shaped you to create this amazing, magical creature that you are now and always will be. But we've also got the number 13, which that number might be following you around or might feel relevant in your life in some way. Or the number 13 adds up to 1 plus 3 is 4. So creating stable, solid new foundations for yourself and also having support from others in your life and spirit through the good, bad, the happy, the sad, everything in between. You have the support. Okay. Put the word magical if you would like me to pull you a card, and I definitely will. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, Lavinia. Okay. Let's see. Kimberly wants a card. Put the word magical if you would like a card. Ooh, Kimberly's came out. So we've got the tree and it is on fire and it says let them go. So I don't know, Kimberly, if there's someone or something, it doesn't always have to be a person. It could be just an energy, a bad habit, a situation, a job, a location that you're letting go, a person you're letting go. Cutting cords from the past, these energies can still affect our lives as long as we don't do the healing. So doing that healing, that inner work will help. And then the number 18 might be relevant to you, Kimberly. And also the 1 plus 8 is 9, which means you're closing out this old cycle. You're releasing. And of course, this next full moon that we have is in Leo. I think it's on, oh man, is it February 16th? I don't know. Look it up. Look up when the next full moon is. That's a perfect, great time to release. Also, when the dark moon is another really great time to release. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay, did it jump? Okay. Oh, you're taking a break? Small homestead projects. Awesome. Okay, Barbara wants card magical. Okay, I'll probably be able to do 3 more because we really do have to get into this so that I can pick up my kids. And we have a pretty decent donation list going already. Okay, Barbara. Here we go. Expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. We've got the number 12. That might be relevant to you. Or the number 3, which, is about creativity. Also collaboration, but I see this as more of a singular card. So it's like you are releasing those expectations that, you think others have of you and just going within and not seeking approval outside of yourself, but just really focusing on what you want, how you want to look, how you want to be, how you want to show up in the world, how your energy feels, and just doing it for you and not trying to please or keep yourself in a box to please other people. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I can do 3 more or 2 more if I see any more. Otherwise, I'm moving on. Here we go. Okay. So that will do it for the first 20 minutes. I know we're 22 minutes, so we're not too far off the mark. Where am I putting this? Somewhere. We'll put it here. Okay. So yes, now we are getting into the donation portion of today's live stream. The free cards are finished. So if you would like a guaranteed reading today, you can always send a donation and I would be more than happy to pull you a card. We just finished the free portion. Yeah, we only do about the first 20 minutes and we're over 22 minutes now. So I really do got to get a move on. So I have time to do all the donations and then pick up my kids in a timely manner, not at a timely manner. All right, Jesse, I think your first question is over on PayPal. So I'm going to go grab that. Okay. We're getting there. Sorry, itchy nose. Ooh, good luck. That's good luck, Jesse. Good luck coming in for you. All right, so this is a message for me, a message from my higher self, please. I'm beyond grateful for you. I can't thank you enough for all the blessings I've been able to receive since I came to this magical channel you've created. Oh, thank you. I know it's been a short period of time, which we know is just an illusion, but it truly feels like we've been together for years. I love you, sis, with all my heart. Oh, I love you too. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm so excited about the future, and I'm just not going to say any more about that. But let's get into your reading from your higher self. Jesse knows what's up. Jesse knows what I'm talking about, but it's a surprise. All right. It's an inside joke. I love inside jokes. I'd love to be part of one someday. Michael Scott. But Archie, I will be live again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, or every Friday, as long as I'm not sick or something, at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Those are the 2 guaranteed times I go live. Sometimes I go live here and there in between if I feel like it, but usually lately it's just been the scheduled times. So, and sometimes lately not even those because I've been sick with COVID. All right, Jesse's message from her higher self. We've already got a couple cards wanting to come out. Yes, okay, I love it. What? Leo, what? Leo, what? Okay, there's the strength card. This is you really leaning on this sense of inner strength and just, all the things you have coming up and knowing, not feeling burned out before you start or feeling like, well, what if things don't work out? Just, again, maintaining that positive mindset, really leaning on your higher self, because remember, Your higher self knows. Your higher self knows exactly what's meant for you more than anyone outside of you. So listening to that internal guidance and just not worrying, because worrying, yeah, it feels like we're productive worrying, because like if I'm not worrying, then things are all going to fall apart. But like as you know lately, Jesse, when you can just leave that worry behind and just kind of be like, even about the crazy important things in life, you're just kind of like the universe just takes over and beautifully. It's beautiful. So just continue to not stress out, not worry, not get anxious about I know, again, easier said than done, but you got this. All the little I's you got to dot and T's you got to cross to do all the things you need to do in the very near future. Just, take some deep breaths and know that, like you said in your message on PayPal, time is an illusion. So if you feel like, oh, time is just running out and I have all these things to do, just remind yourself time's an illusion and say, I will have enough time to get everything done that I need to. Because this can be a card sometimes also about feeling like there's not enough money, or you got to hold on to the money you have, or maybe spending too much money on things that aren't important at the time. So, however it resonates over probably the next month or so is kind of the timeline that Spirit's showing me for this reading. Just you using your intuition to know what things to spend money on, what things to kind of save money toward, all that stuff. All right, let's get some more messages here. Anything else from Jesse's higher self? Ooh, we got 3 more. Yeah, exactly. This is all about balance, just finding all the balance and not stressing out about it, because things are going to feel very stressful. What you're planning to do is not just some, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like it takes step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, I got to make sure I close this out and do this and make sure I set up this at the thing I'm doing. And, just making sure all the little things are done. So Spirit's really showing me you just keeping like a notebook or a journal or I don't know, like a planner or agenda where you can write down even the mundane things that you think, oh, I'll remember that. Write it down. Write it down. And it is our card. Yes. And we know what this means in regards to the next month. So yes, I love it. But you also have the 7 of Wands. So you might have some family, some friends, some people in your life that think they're being helpful by putting their 2 cents, their 2 cents in, because there's our 2 pentacles, 2 cents, trying to put their 2 cents in to tell you, oh, are you sure that's the right thing to do? Are you sure that's the best thing for you? But what if? And don't allow them to rain on your parade. And you know what's right for you. And you can just strongly and lovingly and firmly, but lovingly tell them, I know this is in my best good. I know my name is Jessie right now, that this is the best move for me. Not that you have to explain yourself, but I think you would at least want the people in your life to know why you're doing what you're doing, or, all the, your feelings, your thoughts towards it, and, allowing them to have their say, I guess, but like not letting it sway you or get you down, that they're maybe upset or thinking this is a mistake, or all the things that can come running in, because what's up. But then you also have the Star. So this is wish fulfillment. This is the number, I always forget, 17, the number 17, which comes after the Tower, which is number 16. So the 17, from the 16 to the 17, those numbers seem 15, 16, 17. Those numbers seem, yeah, I'm definitely still taking readings. We have our little donation list here going, and yeah, it's basically, I have the next probably 2.5 hours, well, 2 hours from now about, and yeah, we usually finish in more than enough time to go get my kids, so we're good. But yeah, 15, 16, 17, and these numbers are all in a row. Yes, on the 16th. And these numbers are all in a row, which just shows progression, moving forward in life, which is exciting, and wish fulfillment. This is also such a spiritual card, reuniting with soul family, just feeling like you have a whole new lease on life. And Aquarius rules the sign of the Star, and the next new moon that we have is Aquarius New Moon. So because Aquarius and Leo are opposite of each other on, the zodiac. So the full moon will take place Leo, new moon in Aquarius. Well, of course, this one comes first. Aquarius new moon and then Leo full moon. So this axis of your 5th and 11th house, because you're an Aries ascendant, is very important. lit up like a Christmas tree. Speaking of Christmas trees, mine is still up because we've just been sick and busy and trying to play catch up with our lives. So I think this is the longest my Christmas tree's ever been up. And I swear though, I'm not gonna be that person that's still got it up in July and just thinks, well, we're closer to Christmas at this point. Let's just leave it up. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But like, I just have not had time because being sick in bed for close to a week and a half, and then, having the rest of the house sick another week and a half after that, and just trying to play catch up with laundry and dishes and shopping and just keeping the place clean and keeping everyone fed and alive has been a thing. So my Christmas tree is still up. I'm sure you all wanted to know that. It's embarrassing, but there it is. You get all the real here on the Done Creative Live. Okay, let's get into Jesse's second question. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink of my juice to help clear the throat. Good stuff. Pineapple juice for the throat. Okay. So I've been counting down the hours for this live stream since I saw the past life thing on the community feed for the Dream Life program that we are doing. So drop the mic, Amanda. Would you please get me some more info about the past life where I was Edgar Allan Poe to see how is this affecting me in my current life, and any advice or guidance to overcome it. Love you, sis. I love you too. And that was so exciting for me to see that because I'm a big fan of, not like a raging fan of Edgar Allan Poe, but like I love Edgar Allan Poe enough, as much as the next guy, so much that there's still an Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck in my cart, saved for later on Amazon because, yeah, I mean, some really creepy, cryptic stories that I read I haven't read much Edgar Allan Poe since high school, but those stories just really stick with you. I can't remember the name of the story, but the guy that, or he's like in the wall and they keep laying bricks to basically wall him off into the wall to kill him. And then the other one with the pendulum swinging, and every time it swings, the knifey, the Sharpie blade pendulum thing, and every time it swings, it gets closer and closer and closer and closer. It's like he was the original Alfred Hitchcock, if you ask me. Very creepy, but like things that really get into your like, I don't know, give you these like existential crisis kind of vibes. It's very interesting, but yeah, and the quote, "The Raven forevermore," or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of cool, creepy, cryptic. It just really does make me kind of want to go get an Edgar Allan Poe book from the library and just diving back in. So let's see. The first thing I heard as I was still reading the message from PayPal, though, is depression was a pretty big theme in Edgar Allan Poe's life. So let's see if that's really what's affecting you in this life, or just there was something he was very self-conscious about, and I don't know anything just off the top of my head that I can point to. I don't know where Edgar Allan Poe's from. Maybe England. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But Spirit's showing me that there may have been some remarks about his sexuality, about maybe him being more effeminate for the time being, if that makes sense. Which I don't know if I've ever read that. But that's what they're showing me. Yeah, just him trying to prove his masculinity to people and writing these absolutely cryptic and creepy stories to kind of prove, an effeminate person wouldn't write this, but like almost trying to like overcompensate. But like these were even, wow, it's even showing me that some of the stories that Edgar Allan Poe wrote were based on some of his past lives, some of your past lives, Jesse. So that's very interesting. Okay, wow. The one where you were closed, or the character in Edgar Allan Poe's book was, brick by brick by brick, closed off in this wall to basically die and be hidden until someone knocked that wall down. That's something you actually experienced in a past life. So I don't know if you're claustrophobic or have a fear of like going into a cave or like narrow hallways or narrow passages, but if you do, it's because of not Edgar Allan Poe's life, but the thing the lifetime that inspired that specific story. Interesting. Okay, what else about this Edgar Allan Poe life besides the depression and just trying to prove the masculinity? Yeah, he actually, he, you, he, whatever. you were very surprising with your stories. They had weird twists and turns, but you were very emotionally invested in your work and in your writing. Oh, he was born on 119, and my grandma passed on 119, also died 10/7 and grandma's birthday. Wow. See, that's the one thing with this past life stuff is a lot of times this number synchronicities are very interesting. Like we could be born on a day that that lifetime died, or there's just very relevant times or dates between the lives. And I think I read that it was like 13 lifetimes ago for you. So you incarnated 13 other places, times since Edgar Allan Poe. And again, I don't know if Edgar Allan Poe was in the 1800s. I think he was. Again, it's I enjoyed the stories and the person and just kind of the vibe, but I didn't ever know much about him. But yeah, just very surprising and emotionally gripping stories and writing. The way he wrote, even something as mundane as them slathering the mortar on the brick to lay it down. It just really puts you in the story. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, let's see what else. Let's get another message about this. Yeah, he saw things completely upside down, inside out, and backwards. But a lot of it was based on his connection to spirit and, that connection or picking up on past lives. Um, they're not really showing me that. I mean, they're showing me, okay, Edgar Allan Poe did believe in past lives. He did believe in it, but I don't know that he knew specifically that he had his past life doing this or that or this or that, but he did believe in reincarnation. So there is that, which I think around those times, it wasn't like the norm to believe in reincarnation, but he did. But a lot of times just him seeing the world in such an upside down, inside out, backwards view than your average person at the time, that is what really a lot of times led to his depression. And I think that's mirroring you in this life now where, you know, you're literally having to energetically pick up and go find soul family because the people around you in your present circumstances just aren't, resonating with you. And it doesn't mean they're not soul family. It's just they're not awakened, at least not yet. But as your family and friends that you do know in this life start to awaken, it'll feel like you have, like you're not the only one hanging upside down looking at the world from a completely different viewpoint. So that'll help. Yeah, that'll help your depression. And that would have helped Edgar Allan Poe's depression. But like back in the day, there just weren't people that were as awakened as he was to see the world for the absolute joke that it really is. Yeah. And this is helping you in this life because, oh my goodness, in that life, you were trying to prove the masculinity, even though you really did lean more into your divine feminine energy, even as Edgar Allan Poe. But this is giving you like full reign to, as that Aries ascendant, because in Aries ascendant, a lot of times they are the more masculine, take charge in relationships, in jobs, in life, in friends groups. You'll usually find yourself kind of leading the charge or kind of breaking the ice with new friend groups. You're like, okay, if no one's going to raise their hand and go first, I guess I'll go first and I'll just do the thing. But this, so you have that masculine quality to just, take action and see what happens. Like you're really good at that. So in this life, you're being asked to, be a mother, to allow yourself to slow down and do the self-love, do the self-care, and really lean into your more feminine qualities and, being a mother. Because they're showing me, specifically with Edgar Allan Poe, and I don't know if he had children, but he's kind of, if he did, he's kind of like it's presenting as, okay, if there's a group, like I'm seeing like a black shadow of people, could be, siblings of his own children if he had them. And he just kind of takes a step away from them, kind of like, yeah, not really vibing with this whole thing. So I'm just going to do myself, be on my own, do my own thing. But in this life, you're being asked to, yes, do your own thing and step out of, quote unquote society, but also bring those children along for the ride, bring, hold space for, your siblings and people in your life, hold space for them. But, again, not feeling like you have to convince anyone to see the world your way or to fix their problems or anything like that. Just, being that manifestation queen that you are and just being an example for others. That's really, the thing that Edgar Allan Poe couldn't do. Because they're showing me, really, if Edgar Allan Poe could have lived in today's times, he probably would have changed his gender. Like, it was that much that he had to hide and try to overcompensate. And again, I don't think I've ever read this anywhere, or if this is even documented or commented on. I'm gonna have to go look now. When Spirit presents these things to me, I get real excited and interested and want to go learn about things. So I hope that brought you some, here's the list. That's the current list, unless we have something else going on. No, that's the current updated list that I have. Oh, I get it. I don't want kids or just have one. And now look at me with 3 beautiful kids. There we go. Yep. And that could even carry over from that life with Edgar Allan Poe. So I'm gonna have to go look up, did Edgar Allan Poe have kids? Was there any comments, socially about his sexuality or the way he presented himself? Like, I'm all curious now. I want to know all things. But I'm a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe's writing, so that's so cool. Okay, let's let Pika Lee go now. Okay, cool. Pika Lee, we're going to move Jesse's sisters to the back of the list because I think they'll be watching this on a replay anyway. So let's do that. So Pika Lee, and then Michelle De Leon, and then Katie R. How about that lineup? So even Michelle and Katie R, even though Pika Lee's jumping front of the line, you're still going to go one spot closer to the start, if that makes sense, because we're going to move Maria and Patricia to the back of the list. So hope y'all don't mind. Oh, Maria is here. Okay, then we'll do Maria next. I'm sorry about that. All right, dear. So right after Pika Lee, let's do Maria. And Patricia, we can do hers. Okay, what have I done? What have I done? Okay, Pika Lee. Okay, for Maria, and then, okay, there, I got it. So Pika Lee's on now, Maria's on deck, and then Katie R, Michelle De Leon, and then Patricia. There we go. That's what we got going on. Hello, Maria. Welcome, my dear. Okay. There's our list. Of course, Pika Lee's posting our questions, so I took her off the list. But that's what we got going on. So if you want to donate for guaranteed reading, feel free. Otherwise, we will just play this out and have a wonderful day. We always have so much fun. Okay, so hear me out again. LOL. I love this. Okay, she's gearing us up. What do we got going on? Totally played myself Wednesday telling you that I felt more guilty about Scorpio than Leo when it was the opposite. Right? Isn't it always? We try to talk ourselves out of reality sometimes, don't we? We just do. It just happens. But let's feel into this. Let's see. I'm going to take a drink of this and that while you formulate the rest of your question and itch my eye because it's itching again. Ooh. So this is maybe, the fact that I'm itching my eye and we're about to jump into your reading, there's a message there. There's a message there. There's like some irritation with what you're actually seeing surrounding either Leo or Scorpio. There's, something is kind of, a little annoyance because when you have to itch your eye, it's not like the end of the world, but it's kind of annoying, Let me take a drink. Okay, it's cleared a little bit. Okay. So we were texting yesterday, and then he called me while he was at work, which surprised me, but he said it was unusually slow. Oh, she came home yesterday. Aw, how cool. Well, then we will, sorry, we're going to shuffle one more time. I apologize. Jesse donated for all 4 of those questions, before or around the time I posted the live stream. So, okay. Hope we all are cool with this lineup. Hope we're okay with it. We had such an open and honest, heartfelt conversation and talked for hours. We talked about old times and what's going on in current times. Aw, that's awesome. I know you're still formulating your question, but I know Spirit already knows pretty much what you're going to say. So I'm just going to shuffle and see if anything comes out while we wait for the rest of what you're saying. Pika Lee's question. Let's zoom in, hone in on what she's wanting to ask about Leo and her connection with Leo. So 2 have already come out. Mm-hmm. Keep going, and then we'll divulge. Okay, but our transparency is just so refreshing. Can I get a message about me and Leo's connection and what lessons are to be learned? Okay, yes. So you're at a crossroads again. You're realizing or thinking, maybe there's more here than I thought. And, blocking or, trying to move on from it just maybe felt good in the moment, but now you're kind of second guessing that or rethinking that. And again, let's just put this out there that it is Venus retrograde, which will bring people from, specifically love interest from the past back into our lives, even if it hasn't been that long. Like it still happened. And of course, Mercury retrograde, which can be like miscommunications or people you haven't heard from in a long time, again reaching out. So both of those power players, those planets being retrograde, I think really helped you, at least being very spiritual and tuned in, decide, maybe there's something else here. Maybe I just need to make sure this is, over or done for good. Oh, hello, IT guy. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Because yeah, the chariot is all about, do I go this way? Do I go this way? Do I choose this person or this person? Do I not talk to this person or do I talk to them? Like these are choices, decisions that you're making. And no matter what choice you make here, you're making the best choice for you. Maybe not for your ego's, happiness, but like the best choice as far as your soul's growth with maybe lessons you might learn or, whatever it is. Because a lot of times our higher selves will be like, oh yeah, this person coming into your life will be perfect for you. And they don't mean that everything's going to be la-di-da, rainbows and roses. It just means they are perfect for the lessons that your soul signed up to learn here. Maybe this person's going to completely take you on a, emotional roller coaster or a ride and be like someone you never want to see again. But from your higher self's perspective, it's like you needed this because you incarnated to experience these things and you're a better person. Even if you decide to leave, you're a better person for having gone through all that crap, which sounds so backwards, but like it's a thing. Oh, I'm just thrown for a loop and I don't know what to do. Oh my god, I totally felt like a villain blocking him and sorta was one for a while. So funny when I got that card. Oh my gosh, but this is about you rewriting and not being a villain anymore, not, again, not beating yourself up for things that you did. Hello, Shelly, welcome. But there's that element of patience here. So yeah, maybe things feel like they did a complete 180 very quickly, but I think from here on out, like this point forward, it's like you're taking your time with something. You're just kind of, this is a card of still putting in the effort, but it's not quite the Eight of Pentacles where you're really just nose to the grindstone, putting in the work and doing the thing. The plants are planted, they have grown and they're starting to bear some fruit, but that fruit's not quite ready to be harvested yet. So this person's kind of going around, picking off the dead leaves, checking the soil, watering, kind of, what's the word, like tending to things. So they're not like going all gung ho, making all these plans, but they're just kind of, oh, I'm thinking of Leo, so let me text him. Or, it's not like an all or nothing approach. It's kind of the middle ground of an all or a nothing approach. So kind of taking that middle ground, which is kind of where you're at with Chariot anyway, kind of at the crossroads, the middle road for now until you figure out what you want to do. That's going to be best for you. And of course, this is a card that represents the sign of Cancer. We just had that Cancer new moon. So it might have been, or sorry, full moon, Cancer full moon. So it might have been you, I don't know if you did some sort of releasing or something couple days ago, because that was what, the 17th, I think, was the full moon. I always say it wrong. Or if that's about the time you reached back out, Cancer season. So maybe by Cancer season, which still seems a very long ways away, because we just had the Cancer full moon. So any, also when the moon is transiting the sign of Cancer, which it does once every 28 days ish, 27 to 28, 29. You're really going to know what's going on in this connection. So don't be surprised if you make a decision, however, when the moon is transiting Cancer. Oh, you contacted them that day. Exactly. That's exactly what's going on here. So you were just, I guess, inspired by the moon cycles on the Cancer full moon. There you go. And it's funny because a lot of times, full moons are about releasing, but because Venus and Mercury are both retrograde, it almost is like a new beginning energy, because two retrogrades and a full moon of release can actually bring things back rather than release them and be done with them. Very interesting. Um, let's see. Totally feel that this phone call allowed me to speak authentically and just raise my vibration so much. I had a hard time opening up to people in the past and feel like it's my lesson to share myself more. Absolutely. And right, I'm trying to temper myself and be more balanced. I contacted him that day on the Cancer full moon, all in my feelings, yes, and it's totally warranted, totally, totally fine. And Cancer is that sign of intuition. So you followed your gut, you followed your heart, and look where it led you. Now you're confused. You don't know what to do exactly, or that, you're just not as clear as you thought you were. Like, yeah, block out of my life. Now you're like, wait a minute. I don't know. Both of these are kind of contemplative sevens here. You got 7-7. Maybe you're seeing the number 77 as well. But she's kind of just like waiting for something to happen because nothing's really going on. I mean, she can do little tasks here and there to kind of tend to things. And this person, is pretty confused. Like, which one do I choose? I could do this or that or this or that or this or that, which again, lower octave of this energy slightly. But whatever you do choose, you're going to have success with it. Whatever you choose to do with him, you're having success. And of course, the Six of Cups comes out because this is someone from your past returning during Venus and Mercury retrograde and the Cancer full moon, which Cancer rules the 4th house, which is, people you knew when you were younger or, younger than you are now, people from the past. So it all just coincides. It all just lines up. Let's just get a word of advice from the Love Oracle because this is just basically reaffirming what we already know again and again and again. So let's see if we can expand on this, Spirit. Just 1 or 2 cards for Leo and Kikali's connection. Well, this is probably why this keeps coming around, which I think we tuned in that Scorpio was also a soulmate. And it makes sense that those two know each other because you're probably all part of the same soul family. So, we run in packs in these lifetimes. Yes, we do. So, yeah, this is why you feel pulled back. And that deep connection, almost like out of nowhere, it's back. And there it is. And that's why. Let's get one more. Pretty much this is just confirming everything we already kind of know. Let's see if we can get some clarification on some of this confusing energy for Pikali for the future. Well, you definitely are learning you're more compatible than you ever thought was even possible. Let's get a message from him as well. Okay, here it is. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. So just take your, in every moment that you experience, whatever feels intuitively like the best step, next logical step forward, do that. Whatever that looks like, whether that's leading into this relationship or just being friends or deciding you don't want to be involved with him at all, you'll know each step of the way. You'll know what to do intuitively. You will be able to tune into that. So absolutely. Okay. So let's see. Our friendship means so much to me and it's so different than what I've experienced before. We totally met by random chance. Yes. Yeah, exactly. And then we have on the back of the deck, the power card. You instinctively know what is right for you. Pretty much what the other card guidance I was getting. And you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. So this isn't you just, saddling yourself up to the past and, like a ball and chain having to go forward. No, in every now moment, you can make a different decision and it's okay. But, things look like they're moving forward much better than they did before. So this is kind of exciting. And if I remember, and then on the back of the deck, we got dating. So it's like he's trying to court you or date you. But if I remember correctly, when you were more involved with Scorpio and Leo was just kind of on the periphery and there was something about maybe a birthday or a party at someone's house, or I can't quite remember. But I think you had mentioned how Leo was like really flirty with you, and you're like, it's confusing me. It's like giving me like different vibes than I've ever felt for him before, and now I'm confused. Yeah, I think it was for a reason to kind of plant that little seed that maybe there is something in the future, even though you did turn around not long after all that and kind of blocked them both and just kind of went on your merry way, waiting for not waiting, but like just doing your own thing and knowing that you deserve better than kind of some of the games these two were playing back and forth. I don't know. But yeah, seeds were planted. Oh, yeah, he was ill. That's right. But I think you're basically in the driver's seat of this position or decision. and you're going to know what to do when and how much to move forward, how much to pull back. You're just going to keep checking in with your intuition about what your best next step is, because Spirit's basically saying whether you choose to remain friends or walk away or make this a thing, you're going to learn lessons in any of those capacities. So just follow your heart, do what feels right. Even if the thing that felt right last week doesn't feel right next week, continue to just flow with whatever's coming in, whatever's going on. Okay? Hope we didn't confuse you more. All right, so up next we've got Maria. Sorry, phlegm accumulation, throat, yuck, gross. It's the worst part about being sick is all the phlegm. Ugh, yuck. Okay. Hello, Brianna. Welcome, my dear. Okay. Oh, that's right. On the Lion, I think that was around the Lionsgate. Well, it was, I guess, a couple weeks after the Lionsgate. That live stream on 8/18/21. Yeah. You did ask about them during that. Yeah, there might be some guidance that makes better sense now than it did then about the whole situation. Yeah, oh my goodness. This was right on time, since I have to go back to work now. Well, we did it. We got it for you. We got it going on here. Yay! You are so welcome. I'm excited for you. This is a big step forward. Whatever you decide to do, I see excitement in the future. So whatever you decide to do, you are elevating yourself. It's beautiful. Okay. Maria's turn, and then Patricia will be on deck, Katie R, and then Michelle De Leon. Let me just double check that we didn't get any other donations. No, we're still up to date. We're good. That damn Leo heart is touching my feels. Yes. Oh, totally. And of course, there is that next Leo full moon coming up, so lean into that, because that's going to affect him. The full moon in Leo will affect his sun sign of Leo and whatever else he's got going on in Leo. I know Mercury and Venus tend to transit very close to the sun. So wherever the sun is, this is a little hot tip. I keep saying that on all my live streams. This is a hot tip that Venus will either be in the same house as the sun, the house before, or the house after. And same with Mercury, before, with, or after the sun, because they all kind of run, the way it goes, they're all very close to each other. So they'll all be within like 3 places from themselves, each other. You'll never, ever, 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 as long as things are running smoothly, have Venus opposite the sun in your own chart. Maybe synastry-wise, like his Venus could be opposite your sun, but like, no. So yeah. And Venus is that planet of love, and Mercury is that planet of communication. So they're usually caught up in a lot of the full moons, new moons, all of that. Eclipses. Yeah. Or they're very close at hand anyway. All right, Maria. Is Maria still here? I haven't seen the chat move for a second, so maybe it's just lagging behind. I don't know. There is a bird or something on my window or the side of my house making noise. They do this once in a while. I wish I knew what kind of bird, because usually there's a message in it, but I don't see a bird. I just hear a bird, like clawing at my steel siding. It's very loud when they do that. And then when the woodpecker comes up over on my chimney, it's steel siding. It's loud. He is so loud. What is he clawing at? I'm going to see if I can see him. Oh, they want a general reading. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can see this bird. See if there's a message in this for us. If I can spot him. No, I don't see him. I don't know. It's probably a crow or a magpie. Those are the 2 most common ones that are peeking in my windows. They're the peeping toms of the bird community around my house. All right, general reading for Maria. We can timestamp it at 59 minutes and 9 seconds if you want to write that down for her, Jessie. General reading for Maria. Anything Maria needs to know from Spirit. Well, things are going to be looking up very soon for you, Maria. If things have felt very sad and stuck and blah about life, things are getting better. Even maybe possibly something with your daughter. I don't know if she's been feeling sick, or Things have been more difficult, maybe even with her sleep, because the sun, it really brightens things up, and it's hard to sleep when the sun is out. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I don't know if she's been having issues sleeping or whatever, but things are really turning around in that regard and getting better. And just your own, like depression levels and vitamin D, getting out in the sun can really help you feel less stressed out, less anxious, less depressed. Specifically too, even if you can get your bare feet on the ground. And I know where you guys live, the area you live, that it's feasible to do that. But if I were to try to go stand on the ground outside, I'd be standing on snow, and that's very cold. Just thinking about it makes me want to shiver. But where you're at, you have access to be able to earth yourself with bare feet on the ground. That'll really help, any stress or any anxiety or sadness that you're feeling right now. And then with the Page of Swords, this is about getting communication. And again, this could also represent communication with your daughter or people who are younger than you, maybe your sister that's there, your younger sister. But just being very quick to the draw also with what you are communicating. Oh, she kept waking up all night long. There we go. Wow. Yeah, so it might not be specifically Maria's daughter. It could be Maria herself, because this is Maria's reading. Yeah, but finding new ways, because pages are new beginnings. Finding new ways to communicate, and I know that's sometimes difficult because Mercury's retrograde, like right now. I think Mercury goes direct February 3rd, and then it usually takes about a week to 2 weeks to really get that forward momentum going. So probably by that third week of February, you're gonna have a new way to communicate and feel more understood. When you do communicate your thoughts, feelings, and emotions to other people, they understand you better. Okay, what else is going on for Maria? Okay. Yes, I love this. You really are embodying like your soul mission, your life purpose, feeling more passionate and excited about your life and what it is you're here to do. This is beautiful because you are. Oh, and it's cool because look at all the sunflowers kind of going on in this card, and it's like you picked one of them. It's like you've matured. I'm seeing you growing up, maturing here, Maria. And it's like you're embodying. So even looking up the like spiritual symbolism of a sunflower, that can bring you another little message, little homework for you, Maria. And then also taking action on plans. I don't know if you have a trip planned or there's somewhere you want to go, something you want to move forward with in your life. Being on the move, it's going to involve you energetically or physically moving around. Doesn't mean you have to move from your house, but like maybe going on a trip or a vacation or just moving energetically speaking, like from a lower vibe to a higher vibe. These can all be indicated here. Also, maybe getting packages or news from somewhere far away, and being very excited about that news. Travel, definitely, with this card. All right, let's get another message for Maria, please. Spirit, general message, anything she needs to know. Yeah, but things are moving quickly. So if there was a trip you wanted to plan or somewhere you wanted to go, favorite flower was a sunflower. Oh, there you go. That's so powerful. And also, messages from Spirit. So maybe she's in communication with you guys. Well, I know she's in communication with Jessie because we saw that on our little meeting yesterday. She was giving thumbs ups left and right on the Zoom without Jessie or me touching the screens. So that was crazy. But yeah, just being open to communicate. Amazing. But this is forward momentum of any plans that you have right now. They're going to be able to move forward very quickly, Maria. And I notice here, you do have a lot of fire energy here, a lot of wands energy. And of course, Leo, that full moon in Leo coming up in February, the 16th, I believe. Between now and February 16th, things are just moving so much forward for you. Much more than they have probably in the last 2 or 3 months. Things are just moving forward and you feel more passionate, more excited about life, more inspired, which is good. So let's get one more to wrap up Maria's reading. And then Patricia, we've got a general reading for you next, and then Katie R, and then Michelle De Leon. Right, Maria. Yeah, this is wish fulfillment. This is you being rewarded for just being your beautiful self. This is so cool. Oh, Blair was showing up yesterday, Richard. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, Maria, you're going to feel very accomplished, very, on your throne, on your game between now and that February full moon on the 16th in Leo. You're just really leveling up, and it's so exciting. I love it. All right, Maria, I hope that resonated for you, dear. All right, Patricia, general message. Let me put these back. And then after Maria, the next donation Patricia, the next donation we have is Katie R. And then Michelle De Leon. So we're really trucking right on through. I know Dr. Lupo talked about wanting to get a reading, but I don't know, did he leave? I haven't seen him since. All right, Patricia. Let's clear it and get into Patricia's messages. General messages for Patricia, please, Spirit. Ooh, exciting changes. These are emotionally fulfilling, exciting. This could look like a proposal, or like a new family member, just a new friend, something new and exciting coming into your life. And it's going to be a big surprise, like completely out of left field, but in a good way. These are good surprises coming in. Things that really inspire and fascinate and excite you and make you feel more emotionally fulfilled. So if you've been having a hard time or just feeling like things really, again, like this energy of not moving forward, they're going to start moving forward in very surprising ways for you very soon, Patricia. All right, what else is going on? Patricia. Yeah, because you might have had, much like Maria, I guess, here too, a lot of sleepless nights, or maybe some anxiety or stress, or just wondering how you're going to get everything done, or plans that you've had or things that you've been doing that you think aren't really quite going the way you had envisioned that they would go, and stressing out about it. Maybe you've been having a lot of bad dreams or nightmares, or maybe even like sleep paralysis, or again, just not being able to fall asleep. I mean, these all can be associated with this card. So whatever resonates with you for that. Sorry, clearing my throat. What else for Patricia? Yeah, because we got progression from the 9 to the 10 of Swords, feeling like things can't get worse. And this to me is energy you're moving out of. So if you've been feeling kind of okay about things, then this might just be more mental energy, things you've been thinking of or stressing about or worrying about in that regard. But this cycle's closing out very soon, and something more new and exciting is taking its place, because this is new beginning, brand new, fresh energy. Thinking of going to the beach tomorrow. I woke up thinking about the beach. There you go. Go ahead and go to the beach. That would be very exciting and very grounding and beautiful. All right. Anything else for Patricia, please, Spirit? Yeah. There's something. This could even just be this stress or worry, anxiety, maybe even a relationship or a situation that you're moving away from, or you feel they are moving away from you. But really, ultimately, this is for your highest good and whoever else is involved's highest good, because there's emotional fulfillment coming in. Because you put that Ace of Cups that she's holding here, and you put it in this place of this missing 9th cup. Nine of Cups is happiness, contentment, wishes coming true. So you're going to seek that Ace of Cups, which a lot of times is self-love first and foremost, but it also could be romantic love. So if you've been feeling a little sad or stressed, or something about your love life, it's changing or shifting, or at the very least you're feeling more in control of it, or okay, not if you don't have a significant other, just feeling okay, just being on your own, something along those lines. And it doesn't have to be specifically a relationship. It could just be something that emotionally fulfills you. It doesn't have to be a relationship, or school or whatever, just something that will emotionally fulfill you even more than you have been. What else is going on for Patricia, please, Spirit? Okay. Yeah, the moon. So illusion. So this is also, illumination. Using your intuition. This is a card about your mother, wanting to connect to your mother or missing your mother. Maybe you're having dreams or nightmares about your mom, or wishing you could have a dream about your mom but haven't. But yeah, you're getting some clarification here. I'm going to actually clarify this moon myself. Not like that, I'm not. I guess I am using a new deck, because there's too many down there to pick up, so I'm just going to do it later. All right, let's clarify this moon card for Patricia. Is this more about using her intuition or falling for illusions? What is this, Spirit? Yeah, this is definitely you tuning into your intuition. So this is you making plans to move forward. And interesting because Maria also got this card from this deck that pretty much fell all over my floor here. So I don't know, maybe you guys are taking a trip together. I know you're literally, have taken a trip to come visit her right now as we speak. So this could just be clarification that you coming home to see your sister, like that really is helping you move through some of this energy and feel more excited about the future. Oh, witch's party. There you go. That's exactly what this is. Make it fun. Dress whimsical or fun. They've got some funny masks on here and they're literally naked, but probably don't go naked, but wear some fun clothes or jewelry or just things that are a little whimsical and silly, because this is a whimsical and silly energy, very like inner child energy, just for fun, not dressing up because you have to, but like just to be silly and fun. Like it's just fun. Like, yeah, there's really no need for a costume party, but like, why not? Why not just have one anyway? Something fun. All right, let's get one more to wrap this up for Patricia. And yes, so you might be grieving right now or feeling sad or, again, just kind of focusing on what's been lost rather than what is still there, what is still available. And again, with this energy, just, not stressing so much or, focusing so much. Of course, if you're feeling sad or grief or depression, allow yourself to feel it. Don't try to push it away because it's not spiritual enough. No, allow yourself to feel anything that you've got going on, but then moving through it, not getting stuck in the cycle of sadness, stagnation, depression, grief, all those things. You're going to be able to move through it. Yeah, chakra ritual. That would be cool. That would be super fun. All right, let's get one more for Patricia. Anything else Patricia needs to know? Yeah, this is celebration. So your party tonight, perfect little cherry on top of you being able to overcome some of this energy for sure, Patricia. But this is weddings, this is unions, this is parties, this is celebrations, this is coming home or feeling a sense of home and family. This card is so beautiful. It's one of the best cards in the whole deck. It's pretty much the opposite of this energy. So yes, you got this. So fun. And healing. There's healing. You're moving away from something that's no longer viable for you and moving in a direction that feels better. Could have something to do with meeting someone online or starting some new platform online or spending time online in a community that feels good or learning how to do some healing. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a wedding. It can just be like a union of you guys and each of your higher selves. That could be a wedding. How about that? How about that kind of wedding? I love it. All right. So up next, we've got Katie R. I'm going to just try to pick these up while Katie gets her question out. They are everywhere. Move that up so it doesn't bang into my table. Okay. Just grab these. So Katie, go ahead and post your question, and I will be checking. Oh, she's already got it. Let me hurry. All right. Couple more. 2 more. 3 more. 2 more. We got them. Okay, we're back in action with the Modern Witch Tarot. We don't need the hair, though. That can stay on the floor until I vacuum it up some century. All right. Oh, I love your question, Katie. So fun. Okay, let me put this away. Get my hair out of my eyes. Okay. You are so welcome. Absolutely. You guys are so fun to read for. So, hey, I am here for it. Okay. Katie R. What magical things are coming toward Katie R. in love? Please, Spirit. Anything going on for Katie in love? Ooh. Well, you are. I mean, this could be a card about weddings, marriages. Maybe probably more in the future rather than right this second. But there is definitely another relationship that feels like a long-term committed relationship for you in your life, between now and when you decide to leave your body and go back to where you came from. There will be another wedding or union or long-term commitment, whatever resonates. Some people don't want to get married, some do, whatever resonates. Someone you will meet and fall in love with. And, if you already have this person in mind, then, I think that's just going to be the next logical step eventually for you and this person, if there is a person in your mind's eye right now. Yeah, look at that. I mean, wow. This is a guarantee in this incarnation, in this lifetime, for you and this person to unite and be together. You are soulmates, possibly twin flames, but some people don't really resonate with the whole twin flame thing. But at the very least, we all know what a soulmate is and kind of get on board with that. Soul family. So this is someone you've known before. Well, you have someone you like. Well, then this could be speaking about them, especially if you had like an instant connection to them or felt very connected. It's like you were sharing things about yourself communication wise, then that you've never shared with anybody, or you just feel so comfortable and they feel like home to you. These are all indications of a soulmate relationship. Um, but also Gemini energy. I don't know if this person has Gemini in their chart, their sun, their moon, their rising, their Venus, something could be in Gemini. Or just they are very communicative, more so than people in your past. I know a lot of times, and I don't know specifically if you're talking about a guy or a girl, because I think you like both, if I'm not mistaken. So just clarify if it's a guy, girl, so I don't keep misgendering people if that's the case. Oh, you're a Gemini sun. Well, then this could also indicate you just really being drawn or attracted to someone who you can communicate with. Gemini suns, Gemini moons, Gemini risings love to talk. They love to communicate, but not just like gossip and stuff. I know Gemini seems to be the more superficial air sign, but at the same time, I'm seeing a deeper connection because the lovers to me also represent soul connections. Yeah, it's a guy. Okay, cool. That's what Spirit was showing me, but I just don't want to assume. I want to make sure. All right, what else? What else? Going on for Katie R in her love life. Oh my gosh, the major arcanas, major shakeups, wake ups, excitingness going on in your love life, because major arcanas are not just minor arcanas, they are major transformations going on in your life. So there definitely is going to be something going on in a relationship, whether it's with this person or someone else, in the pretty near future, because this is a whole new cycle. Because I think you've been single for a minute, so the cycle that I know the world and the wheel are very similar, but this could even be, I don't know if you met this person, or if they are from somewhere far away, or maybe they live near you, or you met them online, or there's this element of distance that's been between you. It doesn't always have to be physical, it could be energetic, and now you're together. I don't know, something with that. But also this could be a card about travel. So maybe you have to travel to see them, or maybe you want to go on a trip together, something like that. Again, interpret as you will, because we can interpret this many, many, many different ways. But major transformation going on in your love life, no matter if it's this person or someone else, because I know you're leaving the single world behind soon. And again, Spirit's definition of soon is very interesting, but take as it resonates. Play life by ear and see what happens. Ooh, I'm excited. I know you had said a while back that he was going to reach out soon, so maybe that's what's happening. Could be. Definitely could be. Yeah, and maybe you've been stressing out about it. Maybe thinking that, oh, what if it doesn't work? Or what if, there is no future? What if, a lot of what ifs. Maybe even waking up or having a lot of dreams about this person, or maybe even nightmares about this person, or your love life in general, take it that way too. But really, let's get a clarification on that Nine of Swords specifically, just to see what this insomnia, nightmares, stress, anxiety has been trying to tell you about your love life. Yeah, is it someone from your past? Because I think maybe there was someone from your past you didn't want to let go of, or their absence in your life really affects you negatively, or mentally at least. You're thinking about them a lot, or worrying, something like that. But if it's not someone from your past in this life, it's definitely a past life connection. Someone you might have known as a child, or may eventually have a child with, possibly. Wow. Soon can mean anywhere from 10 seconds to 10 years, depending on how much self-sabotage I can throw in there. Right? And we are usually our own worst enemies with everything in our lives. So, there is that. But yeah, you might just be, a little off guard, or trying to balance all these areas of your life, especially if you've been single for a while and now there's a relationship coming in. It's just kind of redefining or redetermining, what are my priorities in life, and kind of shuffling things around so that you don't feel too burned out or overburdened by spending too much time at work, or not enough time with a relationship, or too much time with a relationship and not enough time on your own, all those things that can happen when we throw ourselves headfirst into love. Yeah, and not feeling, again, especially with this combination right here, this can make you feel like you're not good enough, or you don't deserve love, or you don't deserve the person, or you think maybe they're going to realize that they're better than you and walk away. Like, all the stress about that. Oh, you liked each other for about 4 years. There you go. So not stressing or feeling like you're not good enough, or like and maybe even there's been an aspect of money or finances that has somehow kept you guys kind of more at a distance. I don't know if it's a job that one or the other of you has, or if there's like physical distance, with the world. If this would have been a long distance connection, if you guys are together or will be together, or just energetically speaking, one of you is more awake than the other. There's a lot of ways we can interpret this specific combination that you've got here, Katie. Let's just see. The spirit can be more clear about exactly what's going on in the future of Katie's love life. I actually want to jump over here to this deck for love messages, Katie, and probably let's just zoom in or hone in on, you were both married when we met. There you go. So that could definitely be a factor. Let's just see, specifically with the guy that Katie's got in mind right now, if this is what's going on here. Yeah. We've got love and we've got dating. So I think things are going to take it to another level. But again, energetic distance, maybe physical distance could be currently affecting. There is a hair. Of course there is. It's me. There's always hair. Okay, there we go. Affecting this connection right now, or maybe other people involved. Could be Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo. Those are the signs we've got depicted here. People with those signs, sun, moon, rising, could be keeping this connection separated or from not happening yet. Oh, finally we passed and never had a chance to talk. Yeah. Oh, never had a chance together. Gotcha. Yeah. Let's just see. Oh, yeah. The Silver Waterfall. And a lot of times this card does talk about self-love before jumping headfirst into a relationship, which I think you've kind of been doing the whole self-love thing anyway. But this can just really clarify and do, cutting cords from your past and healing with everything that you've got going on, from your past, maybe with your child's father and all the things from your past, or maybe even just past connections with this person. Cutting cords, clearing them, purifying your energy to really be able to step into this new beginning with your best foot forward, your best self forward, your best foot forward, your best version. There we go. So I hope that resonates. And then on the back of the deck, we got forgiveness. So again, with this one here, this is all about, cleansing the past, cleansing anything that is currently even affecting your love life. All right. Oh, we just got a yes, no, or one card read for Brianna. Thank you so much for your donation. I will get you on the list as well, my dear. So Michelle De Leon, I think you put your message over on PayPal, but just let me know that you're here so that you're not waiting around thinking that I'm reading for someone else. You are so welcome. I'm happy to help, just even if spirit kind of can go in circles and confuse. Usually it's because I'm reading like current energy, and sometimes we're even confused in our current energy. So spirit can sometimes give us a couple different timeline options. Specifically with that Nine of Swords, you might be playing out different scenarios or different timelines, or if this happens, then this could happen, or what if this, what if that, if maybe before we had been able to do something, then ... A lot of times when we're playing a lot of stuff in our heads mentally, it can kind of, I guess, maybe not hinder the reading, but it can kind of jumble it up a bit, if that makes sense. So the more clear and concise and motivational we can be in our actions, the more clear any reading that you're going to get on that situation or relationship or whatever it is that you will get, if that makes sense. Michelle's here. Okay, and I think you had posted over on PayPal, so I'm going to just jet over and see. Here we go. Okay, things aren't going too great. Oh no, with me and this guy. But I feel like there is potential here. What does Spirit want to say about our future? Yes. Let's feel into this. And then I'm going to actually add Brianna real quick to the list. One card usually morphs into 2 or 3 or 5. But yeah, they're still generally considered shorter readings than the full guaranteed reading price, I guess. All right, Michelle. And this guy, whoa, This one kind of went like that. So I don't know if it landed in reverse or forward. I'm not sure. So that's really saying that this is up in the air. Will you have a long-term commitment with him, or will this fizzle out? Will remain to be seen. Let's get some clarifiers on this. But I think I pulled it up. I might have to watch the replay to double confirm, but I think I saw it face up first. So yes, there is definitely potential for a long-term committed relationship, possibly marriage, possibly union, possible twin flame vibes. This is twin flame energy, or, soulmate for sure. But let's just feel into the future, the most likely future as of right now for this connection. So as to not confuse Michelle, let's just tune into the most likely future. So if this future doesn't sound like one you're excited about, Michelle, you can always take steps to create a different future. But just based on current thoughts and feelings on his end and thoughts and feelings on your end, we're going to bring forward right now the most likely future potential. So again, if you don't like the answer, actions you take or don't take from here on out can shift or change that answer. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Most likely right now with his thoughts, feelings, Michelle's thoughts, feelings. Yeah, there's this element of needing to be patient. And again, I think this really does lean into the fact that he's still very newly out of a previous relationship, that he's still healing. This can be an indication of a card having to do with healing, really, if you ask me. Because this is tending to the little things in life and having some patience and not stressing too much about trying to move everything forward, even though this person might want the crops here to bear fruit. They're quite not doing that yet. But there is still potential because this person's putting in the effort. They're putting in the work. So continuing that communication, continuing to hang out together, continuing to support him through whatever he's going through is going to really help go the distance, because this is also a card of longevity. So there's that. But it's this element of patience. And I know you want things to move forward now, but they're not. But that doesn't mean they're not going to. Because things are going to shift very soon. So Spirit's showing me within 1 to 2 weeks, again with the hair. Come on, Spirit. I mean, I'm blaming Spirit for my hair shedding. Come on, Amanda, I meant. The Spirit's showing me between 1 and 2 weeks from now, maybe even sooner, depending on, life, you're going to know his intentions, either very solidly this way or very solidly that way. There will be no really in between. You're going to know where he stands very soon. Okay? So for better or worse, let's see if we can get a validation, better or worse. What is this wheel energy letting us know? Yeah, I think things, it's funny because I'm like, just be patient. And then the opposite. Spirit, I asked for no confusion, but here we go with the confusion. I think it's because he's confused. His is the energy I'm confused about. Michelle, yours is very solid and very intentional. You know what you want. He doesn't quite. Not that he doesn't want you, but the past and the present and what does this mean for the future? He's all over the place energetically right now. And that's why we're getting messages like this. But within the next 1 to 2 weeks, possibly sooner, just say between now and 2 weeks from now, let's just put it that way. There's going to be some forward communication to you from him regarding where he stands with you and what he wants from you in the future. But again, because 1 to 2 weeks from now is still in that umbrella of Mercury retrograde, it might feel a little harsh to you, because sometimes this can be someone speaking without thinking first, or whatever it is. But that doesn't mean that whatever he says with this wheel energy, oh, I think I just want to be friends, that doesn't mean that that's forever, because this is an impulsive energy. And especially with this being a sword, communication, during Mercury retrograde over these next 2 weeks, communication, he might say something and then have to come back later and say, oh, I didn't mean that. So if he's saying, yeah, I'm ready to dive all in, it might change. Or if he's saying, no, I just want to be friends, I don't want to be connected, it might change. So again, with the confusion, but just I hope we're keeping up here. I hope you're keeping up. But there's a good surprise in store for you. You're going to be very pleasantly surprised at the final outcome of this, at least on the current energy that we're reading for. So I think there's going to be a pleasant surprise. But let's just feel into this further with this love deck. He doesn't want to be exclusive right now, and I'm all sad. I just want him to know already. I know. Yes, exactly. And that's totally valid. 1 and 2. Itchy nose, so good luck. Good luck coming in. Okay. On the back of the deck, we got forgiveness. So forgiving for him for his wishy-washiness or his up and down and back and forth. Forgiving yourself, and it's funny because this one's staring me in the face. So 2 forgiveness cards just sitting right here. A crushed flower still gives off a sweet scent. So, forgiving him for being all over the place, and just kind of relaxing your energy, bringing it down, and just kind of trying, if you can, to focus on you and the control that you do have moving forward. That'll help. But wow, yeah, things really do look like, I mean, this is exactly this. So there is a definite possibility that he's going to choose you. Again, there might be some element of patience and waiting around, and some hot and cold, yes and no. I want this, no, I want that, no, I want this, no, I want that. So just buckle up, hold on to the bar of the roller coaster. But ultimately, I see this working out in your favor in a love connection that you can be proud and happy and excited about. But it's just going to take him a minute to know what he wants, because he's like, energetically speaking, this is him right now. Like, what do I do? I don't know. Because he knows he wants what he can have with you, but like, there's all this past baggage from the relationship he just left. And what does this mean for the future? And is it too much right now for him? But that doesn't mean it's going to be that way forever, because there's abundance and intimacy here. So just being that friend, being that person. Yeah, I still have time. I still have about an hour tops. Like, most maximum I can be here is about another hour. So if you want to go ahead and send a donation, it's pinned at the top of this little chat here or in the description at some point. I ramble on in the description, so you'll find it there. Yeah, I definitely have time. Okay. And welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before, Brooke, so welcome. But yeah, Michelle, I hope that didn't confuse you further. His energy is what's confusing here. We know what you want and what your intentions are. And I think if you kind of just be the stable foundation of this connection, that'll help him get back on board. Because I'm really seeing you as the captain of the ship. And maybe, you can't control the fact that the water is very choppy right now. And he's like going like, running this end of the deck, running to that end of the deck, puking over the side of the thing, puking on the floorboards of the deck. And you're like, okay, I'm going to try to navigate very clearly here and just kind of let him do whatever's going on for him. But being there for him, the captain never leaves their men behind, right? So just trying to be the captain or steering this relationship in the way, with also allowing and giving him the space and time and whatever that he needs right now. Again, I think you're good. Because again, with the itchy nose, which is good luck. So yay. That's exactly what we're looking for, is some good luck. All right, Brianna, go ahead, my dear, and post your question, and we'll get right into it. Happy New Year. I've missed your guidance. Well, I've missed you, Brianna. All right, go ahead and post your question, Brianna, and then Brooke, if she wanted to donate, we can definitely get her on the list. And anyone else who wants to donate, we can definitely accommodate you on the list as well before I go today. So I'm just going to update this. Okay, there is our current lineup. Yes, I would just be cautiously optimistic. Let's put it that way. Giving him his space, but still holding space for the fact that this can be a thing. And, even communicating to his higher self. This is something I tell a lot of people who have someone or are wanting to call in someone. Whether you have someone or not, you can still talk to your future person, or if there's a person in mind, connecting with their higher self and just trying to build a connection with that higher self. And a lot of times they can feel that subconsciously within their human body and human aura and vibes. So that'll help. Help you get more connected. And then on the back of the deck, you've got the Ace of Swords. This is all about that clear communication, the clarity, no more confusion. So yay! I'm wondering when this will be, but we'll just let Spirit help guide you. You will get your clarity. So anything that does happen over the next 2 weeks, don't celebrate too prematurely, or cry too prematurely, because he's gonna be back and forth, changing his mind here, there, and wherever. So just hold the reins, hold the thing of the roller coaster, and just be ready for whatever ride's coming in. You got it. This wanted to jump out again. Oh my God. Confusion. What do I do? This is his energy, because he's still getting over that heartbreak, and he's trying to tell himself everything's fine, but really in his mental space, it's not. But it's going to take someone like you, this high priestess energy, to kind of hold hold the vibe for him so he can go through whatever he needs to go through. You got this, girl. I have faith in you, Michelle. All right, Brianna, in regards to the project that I'm working on for YouTube and TikTok, would it say, serve my highest self if I split the two ideas between two platforms instead of merging them? Okay, so this is just my, I guess, pro advice. Not that I'm a pro, but like, I've almost been doing YouTube for almost 3 years now. Like 2 years and 8 months at this point, I think, or 7 months. Yeah, 7 months. 2 years, no, 2 years, 9 months. Carry the one. Yeah, I'm not that smart. Okay. The more niched down you can get your platform and only offer one specific thing on that platform, the better it's going to do. Think of your, I won't say like million plus subscriber channels, but probably more in the range of anywhere from 50,000 subscribers to say 200,000 to 300,000 subscriber range, maybe higher, maybe 400 to 500. They kind of have a specific thing that when you go to that channel, you can expect this one thing. A lot of pick-a-card channels, okay, I'll be able to expect some pick-a-cards here. And they probably don't offer a whole bunch of other. If they're over 1 million subscribers, they can kind of get away with offering multiple things on one channel because they've kind of become, celebrity status at that point, and people will just basically want to consume, if they're a fan or a follower, they'll want to consume anything this person puts out, whether it's, someone like the Gem Goddess, she'll put like manifestation advice, and sometimes she puts like, not podcast stuff, but like she'll interview or she'll have a guest or something, like rare, kind of once in a while. But for the most part, it's pick a card, pick a card, pick a card, pick a card, and then a random one-off of something else, or manifestation, or how to look better, moon water rituals. Like, that's just one example. But if someone like me, like, okay, I've got 21,000 subscribers roughly on my main channel, and I kind of shot myself in the foot over there because I was offering, from the beginning, I was offering pick-a-cards, but I also have these intuition exercises, which are not pick-a-cards. They are completely different content. And actually, most of my subscribers on my channel come from those intuition tests. So those people may not be at all interested in pick-a-cards, but that's what I really want to focus on, is pick-a-cards. But these people have no interest in it. And, they're waiting for the next intuition test exercise. But judging by the last few of those that I've put up, they're no longer watching my channel. They're no longer around. So I quit doing those because they're basically splitting my channel in half, and I'm going to need to niche down and kind of do some CPR and repair work to my channel to just get it back to pick-a-cards. Spirit has advised me not to delete the intuitive tests because there are people still that are interested in both. But if they kind of understand that that's a closed or a finished deal, they can watch all of them and not end up subscribing, and I'm cool with that. Am I confusing you yet? But basically, trying to niche down and offer one thing is kind of your best bet until you really gain a following, and then you can kind of expand it. But yeah, if that makes sense. So, what else? Yeah, if you were kind of wanting to offer two very different things, I would definitely do one on one and one on another. But let's get into the spiritual advice. That's the practical human advice. Let's get some spiritual advice for Brianna about her platform. Working on YouTube and TikTok would serve her highest good to split the two ideas between two platforms instead of merging. Yeah, I do. It's interesting though, because I really do see people collaborating with you. But if you are offering too many different things on one platform, it's going to be hard to find people to collaborate that really hit all those marks, if that makes sense. So again, niching yourself to one, Ace of Cups, one idea per platform or one idea per channel or however you're doing it. My best bet would have been to do the intuition tests on a new channel. But it was interesting. I was just going to do a couple of those just for fun and then just only focus on pick-a-cards. But my very first intuition test, about almost a year after I uploaded it, the algorithm picked it up and away it went. And that's that. Like, it's beyond, like, so far out and on its own, above and beyond any other video I've put on. And it's not what I want to be known for. It's not why I want people to come to my channel, but yet that's how most of the people came to my channel. So if I hadn't done that, if I had just done that on a different channel, I could have grown that seed. It's almost like trying to plant. It's like I want tomatoes, but I also want cucumbers. And, you know, you plant the seed for tomatoes and cucumbers together, and they kind of choke each other out a little bit, if you think of it that way. But if you put a cucumber over here and a tomato over here, they can grow independently without the other one taking its resources, or the algorithm of one draining the content of the other, if that makes sense. So yeah, you're going to have your best bet and your most emotional fulfillment by separating them out as one entity and then another entity. And then I do see people, I know you didn't ask this, but this is coming in hot for you, that people are going to see your content and want to collaborate with you, maybe on one or another, or maybe both, but in different ways, if that makes sense. So I hope that answered your question. Yeah, just if I could go back in history and put that intuition test on a whole new channel, I would have. I would do it. That's one thing about my channel I would definitely change and be better for, I'm sure. Okay, so we did have a donation come in from, oh, we had a couple donations come in. All right, so we've got Michelle De Leon and Spiritual Gifts. So Michelle, go ahead. No, you have your question. So I'll get right into that. Michelle, donation list. Let me write this out. So Michelle De Leon, we will get into that. And then Jessie has a question. Okay, so she doesn't want to say her name. So we got the question for that. It's for someone that's not Jessie. And then Brooke. So we've got Michelle, who we've got her question. So I'll add Jessie and then Brooke. That's our list. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we did the free readings at the first 20 minutes of the live stream. I usually devote the first 20, sometimes 25 minutes or so to the live stream, and then, or for the free ones, and then we dive into the donations. So, and sometimes if I have time, I will pick up anyone who missed the beginning and do cards for them. But I probably won't have too much time today because I do have to run and get my kids from school shortly. Within about an hour or so, I need to log off and go do that. Yeah, okay. No worries. It's a totally, we're here for it. Okay. Oh, that intuitions are how videos are how you found my channel. See, so there is like a silver lining. That is how I know a few people that I have come to know and love very well here on this channel have found me through those intuition tests. But yeah, as far as the people that are just interested in the pick a cards, they don't want that intuition test. And then that's kind of what's driving my channel. And since those have crashed and burned, so is the rest of my channel. Because that's what was driving the channel. And you seeing the intuition video and then going, oh, what else does she have? Oh, she does pick a cards too. I'm into pick a cards. Or others are like, oh, she's got other intuition tests. I'll subscribe because there's more intuition tests. Which I guess served me while the algorithm was picking that video up. But now that it isn't, everything's dead. Everything's dead. So I shot myself in the foot. Yeah, I'm, maybe I wouldn't go back and change that. Maybe it was supposed to be that way all the time. But, hindsight being 2020, so I'm telling you, Brianna, though, probably your best bet would be to separate them out so that you aren't splitting your audience. Or, when you upload one type of content, only half or less than half are interested in that. Then you upload the other content and maybe less or more than half are interested in that. To maximize your views, you would want everyone that's, subscribed to watch whatever you're putting up, because it wouldn't split your channel. Because if you have, say, 100,000 subscribers, but only 10,000 are watching what you're putting up, that tells the algorithm that 90% of the people that are subscribed to you don't care about your content anymore. So they will stop showing other people that aren't subscribed that content because it's not going to serve their bottom line. So it's kind of my own fault, but also the algorithm isn't very nice to me lately either. So I like to just blame the algorithm, but I know it's a lot my fault too. So I'll take part blame, but the algorithm can take some of the blame. So I'm just going to try to course correct. All right, Michelle. So let's see what spiritual gifts. Let's read that again. I'd like to know what kind of spiritual gifts should be trying to develop. Okay. So let's just put this out there. The fact that we are all spiritual beings. So that is our natural state. But of course, as humans with amnesia of our spiritual state, we forget that we have these gifts. And they're not gifts. They're just naturally who we are when we're on the other side. But when we're in, the human body, it's not like we're learning or developing these spiritual gifts. We're just remembering the spiritual gifts. Of course, the gifts that we have here as humans are, we connect and utilize these gifts differently than we do when we are in spirit. So I guess in that way, we are learning how to be spiritual humans, if that makes sense. I hope I'm not confusing you. But yeah, you might even have like blockages or beliefs about, especially because, the way you grew up or, having family that don't really believe in this or they are religious, that can kind of almost hinder you or feel, or even fear. Like if you have fears about, well, what if I connect to demons? What if I connect to entities? Here's a hot tip, which I keep saying, and I know it's annoying, but it just keeps coming to my mind. A hot tip would just be every time you want to play with your cards or you want to astral travel or, whatever it is, make sure that, and you don't have to, but just for your own, ego and mental process, just make sure you're putting a bubble of protection around yourself and, calling on Archangel Michael. He's great at protecting you, and just putting the intention out there that you're only connecting to entities from the vibration of 5D or above. That's how I always preface anything I've got going on. A lot of other readers can pick up on a lot of dark energy, but I'm just not about it. Not to say we can't dip into darker topics, but I don't want lower entities telling us about these deeper, darker topics. I want higher vibrational energies telling us about these maybe deeper, darker topics, if that makes sense. But we all have our ways. If you want to connect to deeper, darker entities from the lower realm, you're free to do that. But I have a feeling maybe you fear connecting to something that's not kosher or not in your best interest. So just put that intention out there that won't happen. Grounding crystals, protection crystals, do all the things you feel that you need to do. But for many, many years, from pretty much 1997 to 2016, I didn't even know I could do any kind of protection. I've been very spiritually connected, even as a child. And I haven't connected to anything that I would deem dark or demonic or anything. Just me being naive and innocent and trying to connect to my angels and whatever. I haven't run into, I've run into some earthbound entities that have scared me, but looking back on the things that have happened to me, I'm very clear now that they didn't mean any ill intent. I just, of course, watching a lot of horror movies and a lot of, true crime type stuff, we always expect the worst and we project our fears onto whatever it is we're experiencing or encountering. And sometimes that way we think, oh, I once had a dark entity in my bedroom and it was so scary. 9 times out of 10, any demonic or dark entities that we think or people have thought that they needed exorcisms from or their house cleared from are actually projections of their own shadow. So that can actually be something to lift your spirits or maybe scare the crap out of you that, oh, that demon is me? Oh my God. But I take it as more empowering that a lot of, as within, so without, we project what we've got going on in here. So if you're going to bring fear to the table, you might interact with some fear. But most of the time, it's actually your own shadow, your own fears, your own energy coming up for you to face right in front of you, like a mirror. So don't be afraid. If there's anything I can say, it's just to go into it with love and light and protect yourself if you feel the need, and just put the intention you'll only connect to things that are of love, of light, for your highest good. And I always, even manifestations that I'm trying to, have happen in my real life, I like to hip check my ego, even while using my ego to make my manifestations, to say, I don't know, I want to buy property and build a house. But I always, even with that, want and desire, I do feel it is very soul led, but there may be an element of ego wrapped up in there. But I always leave my manifestations open for, or, I want this or something better that is in alignment with my highest good. I always put my highest good above any whim or wish or desire of my ego, always. And a lot of times I get disappointed because my ego wants shiny and pretty crystals and, to be on that property and have that home built, 2 years ago, but here I am still in this house that's a lot smaller than I wished it was. But obviously right now my highest good is to still be exactly where I am. That doesn't mean I'm gonna throw my hands up and be a victim and like, well, I guess this is my life, so F spirit, no. I'm still going to take the steps I'm led to take, and still allowing my higher self to run the show and kind of hip check my ego from time to time. Like, it's okay to be impatient, little ego, but like, this is what we're building here, and it's not your house yet. Okay, now that I've given that spiel, let's actually get into the meat of your reading. Sorry about the long-windedness. Okay, for Michelle and her spiritual gifts, and what spiritual gifts specifically? Wow, you do have a deep spiritual connection that maybe you felt as a child. She's a very spiritual queen. She's inspired. Maybe music, art, writing. These things are very, very divinely led, divinely guided, divinely inspired in you. So you have a deep connection. I'm really seeing music first and foremost, writing, anything creative that makes you really get in your heart center. This is coming from spirit or your connection to your higher self or, your guides and beyond. So your creativity, Michelle, actually is part of your spiritual gift, which doesn't sound very spiritually gifted, but it is. It is. So let's see. Let's go over here to Life Purpose Oracle. Anything that Michelle needs to know about her spiritual gifts? Yeah. Well, you are a healer, so you've got the bodywork card here. Your life purpose involves bodywork such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. Or maybe even just, creating body art. I mean, he's got a tattoo there. That's very interesting. But just being very creative and using the energy around you and within you and that can channel through you to help heal others, to heal yourself. And you can even channel this healing energy into your creative pursuits. That's what you do without even knowing you do it. Everything you've ever created, you've put your beautiful energetic, footprint into it without even knowing it. You just automatically do that as this Queen of Wands energy here, which is powerful. But when you can actually back that up with your intentions, it like increases it 1,000-fold, and you can really create some masterful things. And then we have sensitivity here. So you are becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. And this is my psychic gifts card. Your clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, all the other clairs. They are coming online, and it might not just be one or another. It could be all of them slowly coming online at once, or maybe your ears are ringing, or your heart is doing weird palpitations, or you're having weird dreams, or hearing snippets of songs or people's voices in your head. Don't think you're schizophrenic or anything like that. This is just you tuning into these higher frequencies, and it can sometimes feel like you might get chills or feel like something's off, like the clairsentience. You can feel things are off, or feel that things that really resonate. When something resonates, it might give you chills, or if something's off, it might make you sick to your stomach. Like, just listening to your body, that is such a spiritual gift, because our spirit, our soul, is part of the body. I like to say it's not just in the body, but it's like the body is encased in the soul rather than the soul being encased in the body, because our souls are so expansive and so limitless. It couldn't just be in this body. It's all around the body. So yeah. All right. What else for Michelle's spiritual gifts, please, Spirit? Infinite abundance. So you are an expert manifester. So I don't know if you've looked up your human design. You might be a manifester in human design possibly as well. But you're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So the more you can get in alignment with your heart, your soul, your purpose, your mission, you're going to be able to actually create more abundance in your life. Could be more financial gain, could be more happiness, more deep connections with soul family members, things like this. These are all financial, are not just financial, but these are gifts that you, or like abundance. It doesn't always have to be financial. Abundance can be, think of it. If you had an abundance of happiness, you wouldn't need all that money because you would just be so happy. But a lot of times people mistake money as happiness, or, well, if I just had this much money, it could create the happiness in my life. But like, really, your traumas will still be there. Your issues will still be there, all those things. So it's all about living your best life now, where you're at, that bloom where you're planted energy that keeps coming up in my recent readings. I don't know if you've got a recent reading on like Patreon where I talk about that bloom where you're planted. That's exactly what's going on here, is you just taking the circumstances, the resources, the situations you're currently in, and making, new earth in your life now. It's powerful. Oh, you're an emotional manifestor. Exactly. And it makes sense with the emotional part of that, with that sensitivity card. Yes. I love it. That's so exciting. Yeah, there's not just one gift. You've got so many, Michelle. So just following your heart and your intuition and your guidance. And on the back of the deck, we got that Ace of Pentacles, which is all about creating a stable, solid foundation for yourself. But again, it's not just planting that seed and walking away. You're going to have to water it, fertilize it, keep the bugs off of it, pluck the dead leaves off of it as it really starts growing, just really maintaining and tending to the seeds that you're planting. And you'll know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, because you can ask Spirit to guide the way. Yes, definitely. All right. So up next, that is not the list. It is up here somewhere. I didn't copy my new list. Jessie! And this was for someone that she's donating for, that didn't want to reveal who they are. Okay. Let me go to Jessie's question. And then Brooke, you'll be on deck. And that's the last donation I have, unless someone swoops in at the last minute and donates. We will obviously and absolutely honor that. Jessie's question. So she doesn't want to say her name, but is the latest decision about C was the right one, or are things just going to be like the same as 5 years ago? All right. So the decision that this person said about C, was this the right one? Let's tune into that first. Was this the right decision? Absolutely. Because she took a stand. She stood up for herself, or stood in her power in a way that maybe she didn't in the past. And maybe she stepped more into that masculine energy rather than just doing what she was told or what she felt she had to do. She made a choice, and she's standing by it. And people are going to respect her for the choice she made, even if she's still second guessing that choice, or wishing she could have done things differently, or things could have shaped out differently. Things will be more stable and secure very soon. And she will feel, as the weeks, months, years go by, she'll feel like, okay, this was absolutely the right move, because me doing whatever it was that I did with C, I've moved beyond that. Okay, let me just reread the question for the next part of this too. Latest decision about C. Let's just get more clarification on that. Or are things just going to be like they were 5 years ago? Same. Yeah, I think, again, she still might just be currently in this, oh no, did I do the right thing? Or are things just going to be like they were before? This is feeling like, well, things are never going to change. So she's still currently kind of in this, but this is what she's stepping into, which is so powerful. This is so powerful. I'd say probably the second most power, probably bigger power than this would be the Emperor, but this is like second in command. I mean, she's got it. Yeah, I'm still accepting donations. You can send, okay, so pinned at the very top of the chat there, or in the description, I've got the link to PayPal. The free questions we do at the very first part of the live stream, so the first 20 minutes or so. We already did that today, but I will be live again Wednesday if you were just more interested in a free 1-card pull. But yeah, she's going to move out of this. Let's get some clarification on how she can move out of feeling like, oh no, and second guessing herself, or not feeling quite in her power yet. Let's just see how she's going to be able to move out of this. Any advice? Yeah, we have Justice. So this is about making things fair, making things right. And she may not ever get this sense of justice with C. She may never get that, but her just deciding to move on in a direction that's healthier for her, and just that sense of forgiveness, because it's still staring me in the face here. The sense of bringing forgiveness, even if she never feels like vindicated or that justice was served with whatever went on between her and C, she's still going to move beyond it. And then we've got Libra here with Justice. So Libra, sun, moon, rising, maybe something that happened during Libra season, which per Vedic astrology was like October time. But it's like September going into October, I think, or October going into November for, I don't know, whenever Libra season is for whatever astrology she follows. Something could have happened at that point that really let her know that she needs to make a change, and she just didn't do it until more recently. But she's known for a while, basically, that this change needed to happen, but she just was too afraid or thought, well, what if I do whatever and then something bad happens because I make this choice? Um, she said, LOL, I love seeing this reaction in people. Yes. All right. Yeah, because she's gonna have some time, like some tough time, maybe replaying the past, and maybe even with C, remembering the good things that happened with him, and thinking, well, if he could just be like that all the time, I wouldn't have had to walk away, or whatever the decision was. I'm seeing her like removing her energy, if that's the case. Um, so she just might be really tore up about this, or just feeling like there's no justice and why can't things be different? But let's get some word of advice for moving through this, maybe depression, grief, sadness, any ill feelings in this situation. Yeah, just asking spirit to come in and clean house, doing that violet flame of transmutation, just kind of seeing this kind of purpley, kind of magenta colored flame coming down and purifying her, cord cutting, doing self love, releasing trapped emotions surrounding this situation. All of these things can help. But spirit is definitely there. Call on spirit to help, bring this sense of justice, or at the very least, help her move into her power. Okay. Let's get one more. We just got another donation. I'll go ahead and update the list very soon. But Brooke, you can go ahead and post your question, and we can get into it right after we finish with Jesse's mystery friend who wanted to remain anonymous. Oh, thinking about coming back together again. That was a decision. Oh, interesting. That is interesting. Okay, that's why. She's energetically removing herself from the way things used to be. It doesn't mean she's energetically removing herself from him, but cutting cords, cleansing things, maybe worrying that they'll get back into old habits and old patterns. Okay, this is making sense. I'm glad you clarified that for me, because this was really reading as just completely moving on from this person. No, this makes sense now. But she's gonna have to check in with herself and remain in her power to be able to keep this relationship going in a way that's not going to be like 5 years ago, where she felt completely powerless or out of control in some way, or this sense of no justice going on. But as I was shuffling before I even read what you said, this came out. Moving forward, this is progression here from 3 to the 4 of Wands. This is marriage. This is union. This is soulmate connection. This is happiness, contentment. A new beginning in love that is going to have a stable new foundation with those 4 wands there. But this is taking action towards this. So again, it might take a bit of a grace period to do some healing to, make it so things don't go down the way they did 5 years ago. And finding this sense of justice, but she's going to have to be in her power and knowing and having strong boundaries that if C tries to do things the way things used to be and they don't feel good for her, she needs to communicate that, express that, and just be in her authority, in her power. And this is also a card of relationships, justice. It's the 7th house. It's Libra energy, which is relationships. So just finding a balanced approach to this relationship and not losing herself in the relationship if that's a tendency, like codependency. Maintaining her power throughout is key here. But yeah, she can definitely make plans to move toward this union, and things will be better than they were 5 years ago for sure. But again, she's going to have to remain in her power and have firm boundaries and clear communication and do the healing and cord cutting and working on the codependency between the two of them. That's all going to be key to get exactly what she wants. And that's what broke. Oh, wait. It seems like she was the one with the insecurities, and that's what broke things up. Yeah. Well, then she's going to have to face and heal whatever it was that broke this up to begin with. She's going to have to heal that. Because a lot of times when we are insecure, we can be codependent on the other person to kind of complete us or give us this sense of purpose or, validation for just being a person. So yeah, she's just got her own little healing issues to take into account, so that this can move forward in a healthier way. Yay! All right, I'm gonna take a drink of water. All right, Brooke. And I think we had another donation come in. Yep, from Becca. Awesome. Thank you so much for your donation, Becca. I will get you on the list right here for after Brooke, which she's got her question out. So, Becca, Soul Path Dreaming. What a cute name. I love that. Should probably spell Becca right. I put too many C's. Delete one of those. Oh, I still got too many. There we go. So Brooke has her question out. We'll get into that. And then Becca will be on deck. So if you can hold your question for just a minute, I'll just ask you to post it very soon. Shouldn't be too long. So yes, Brooke already has her question out. Let's go back up here. Where did it go? Any information or advice on my current long-term relationship? All right, let's get it. Lots of relationships. This is interesting. I can go weeks, sometimes close to a month, without one relationship question for the whole live stream. People are really leaning more into the spiritual, or getting messages from their higher self, or like their work or their living. But it's interesting that now that Venus is retrograde, everyone wants a relationship reading. I love that, but it's just so telling of how influenced our lives are by the actual transits, the planets, and what's going on. So I'm loving all these relationship questions though, because we're getting clarity in a retrograde Venus, or when Venus is retrograde, we are re-examining, reevaluating, or maybe reconsidering people from the past, or how we're going to move forward out of past or stagnant or stuck or codependent or traumatic or negative ways that we've been operating, right? And trying to find a new way forward, a new foot forward. So for Brooke, any information or advice for her current long-term relationship? Yeah, you might just feel a little disconnected right now, or maybe a lot disconnected. One or both of you, or maybe both of you are feeling it, because a lot of times in relationships, we are mirrors of each other. One or the other of you are feeling left out in the cold, or not in the loop, or maybe one or the other of you is spending a significant amount of time doing something other than being or hanging out with the other one of you in the relationship. Or life, work life balance and work relationship balance can kind of get off kilter. But at least emotionally, and maybe even as far as like security, the sense of security within the relationship, maybe there have been things going on in the relationship that made one or both, or of you question, are we as connected as we thought, or is this relationship as solid as we thought? These can all be things going on with this card. Let's get some further clarification on advice for the current long-term relationship for Brooke and her person. Yeah, this is a connection worth putting the effort and work into. And maybe this is just, there's been a lack of that, because this is a lack. This is feeling like there's not enough, when this is someone who's more than willing to put in the effort and the hard work to make everybody feel validated and connected and happy. Oh, she's going to be contacted for a private reading. That sounds awesome. But yeah, this is a relationship worth putting that effort and work into, because you guys have a decently solid foundation. It's just making sure that what you're building on that foundation can really sustain for the long term. And I do see this being able to be, and this might even be a union of finances with you guys. I don't know if you recently pooled finances, or there've been some financial disagreements, even possibly, or maybe making a big financial decision or purchase together. These can all be things that you've been dealing with, or maybe very soon will be dealing with. Let's get some more information on this current long-term relationship. Yeah, and emotional fulfillment and contentment, not just feeling maybe physically like things aren't as great as they should be, but emotionally. But this is good news coming in, because this is a new beginning in love. This is someone wanting to offer you emotional fulfillment, or you wanting to offer them emotional fulfillment, or both of you just wanting to be more emotionally connected and in love, and being able to, go on dates and having fun together, and not just grown up and adulting all the time, but actually having a chance and time to just spend time with each other as like friends and like little kids, like just having fun. Which is very, a lot of times, especially if 15 years, yeah. And you've been for a few years trying to find a house, yeah. And this could have been causing some frustration in the relationship, It's like my husband and I've been together 18 years, and we want to move out of this place, but like, the economy and the housing market is just like not at all in agreement with what we want right now. So it's difficult. So I totally feel you on that. But this is emotional fulfillment and surprising news. You might be getting news very soon in a surprising way. Like, I don't know if you've put an offer on a place or something recently, or maybe this is still very soon coming up, where you put an offer and they're like, oh no, they didn't accept your offer, they accepted someone else. So you're just like, oh man. You go about your life, but then like the next day or whatever, you get a call like, well, I guess the other people pulled out. It's yours. It's yours if you want it. And you're just like, oh my God, it's ours. I'm getting chills now. So yeah, there's something exciting that you may even think for a minute, oh man, it's not gonna happen. Oh, okay, well we'll figure something else out. And before you can figure something else out, oh no, but wait, you got it. It's yours. What you wanted, silver platter, here you go. Not that you didn't put in the effort and hard work, because you have been. You've been putting in this effort, this hard work to get that solid foundation under your feet. You're gonna be able to get it. It's coming in a very surprising way, or a way that you just can't see on the radar yet. But it's okay. As long as it's a good surprise, it's okay. We'll be surprised. But you also have the judgment card. So this is, all about awakening and realizing that past versions of ourselves can't continue forward. So maybe, ways you've operated in the relationship together, or just the current situation of, not being in kind of a better place, like in a better housing situation. Um, these are there are changes coming here. This is a major arcana energy. There's big changes here. And even judgments, judgment, taking this more literally, judgments you've had about the life that you envisioned for yourself and you and your partner and your future together. Um, this is shifting in a way. It's shifting into a more spiritual light, or a more spiritual perspective, rather than just 3D or material world perspective. You're bringing on this more emotional element to the relationship, and also more spiritual or deeper connection to your relationship. Exactly. It's hard. That has been my problem, is intimacy and connection. Realtor was contacting us last night about a property. Oh, interesting. So yeah, just putting out there to the universe that anything that is meant for you, nothing could take it away, which is already a thing, but you just affirming that and knowing that and asking spirit to work on your behalf, that can really help give you a leg up on the competition with anything. I mean, the housing markets are insane pretty much everywhere in the US, and if you're outside the US, probably where you're at too. There's a lot less to choose from, and the prices are way higher than they were 2 years ago. Like, it's more difficult, for sure. But that doesn't mean, still, even if it's more difficult, anything that is meant for you, it's meant for you, and it's not meant for someone else. So you will get whatever is meant for you. But a lot of us are kind of, people who are priced out of the housing market, or, they're just not going to settle for something that's okay, especially if they have to pay a premium for it. They're maybe taking a time to pause and step back for a moment. And that's exactly what Spirit's wanting for a lot of people right now, is to just step back and reevaluate. And we are. It's taking a little bit of patience with that ego, but we're doing it. All right, let's get one more. Okay. Yeah, it's all about changing and shifting your mindset and your perspective, and not reminding yourself over and over for the mistakes you made in the past, or the mistakes your person made in the past. This is moving beyond this. This is removing the blindfold and realizing that we are each judging ourselves for past versions of ourselves. Judgment. Here we go again. And realizing that each and every day you are evolving into a new version, a more leveled up, more spiritual version of yourself, because you're coming more into union with your own higher selves, and you're not restricted to who you were when you started this relationship. Yes, there were fun and exciting elements that brought you together in the first place that you can absolutely take along for the ride. It's those more carefree, fun, inner child kind of ways that you would communicate with each other and connect with each other. And it's bringing those up from, maybe raising those from the dead, and spending more time connecting in ways that you did at the beginning of the relationship that were fun. Oh, this one, fun and exciting and experimental, and leaving behind a lot of the crap that happened in between where you're at now and where you started, and forgiving and working together, open communication to really realize that we have a better chance to keep this moving forward and us both feeling heard and seen and loved and connected if we kind of release and, bury some of these past versions of ourselves and stay out of our heads and stop assuming that, oh, I think this is what my partner's thinking, and actually ask them, and vice versa. Just speaking your heart, even, that's exactly what this is. Someone who's got a message from their heart. So just speaking from your heart, and usually it's the more feminine energy in the relationship that's going to have to be the one most of the time to step out of that intimacy and connection comfort zone of the heart and bring the walls down and start connecting on a deeper level. And then the masculine energy, of course, even if it's a same-sex relationship, there's usually one that's more dominant in the feminine energy, one in the more dominant masculine energy. But usually if it's a male-female relationship, the man is usually the one that's more emotionally closed off, and it's the woman that's usually the one that has to, pour her heart out, and then the man will come do that. Not always, but a lot of the time. To keep moving forward, I need to let go of the past. Absolutely. But you can do it in fun ways. Keep those fun and interesting and intimate versions of you from the past, or things, the more spontaneous and fun and exciting versions of yourselves from the past. Bring those along for the ride, because they can actually help you into the future. All right, let's get one more to wrap this up. Yeah, you're going to be able to move and shift this quickly if you can just get out of your own head and release a lot of this past baggage, and him as well. Just being able to do this, 15 years is a lot, so much change. Absolutely, yeah. Like I was saying, my husband and I, 18 years. I'm awake, he's not. And that's caused, some struggle through the last 6 years or so. But we are, rising above the challenges and working to communicate better, and it's helped a lot. Any relationship at any stage always is going to take a lot of this hard work. But a lot of times as, the years go by and we get complacent and comfortable, we don't put in so much of this. We just assume that person's going to be there, or, this is life and whatever, that we kind of stop sometimes forgetting to put in that effort and elbow grease and love and connection into our relationships. And we just kind of go on autopilot, and it's getting out of that autopilot and getting out of, the blame, shame game of the past, and moving into this more emotionally connected future that is available, because this relationship is worth continuing for sure. I see a lot of good stuff between you. All right, I hope that resonated for you, Brooke. That was fun. Yeah, you guys, you're going to just be able to work together to create the life that you dream of. And it's going to take a lot of open communication and sharing from the heart, probably mostly on your end to start, and then he will kind of catch up and be along for the ride as well. Because especially if we try to change ourselves too much, too drastically, too dramatically overnight, it might scare the other person, like, what's gotten into you? What's going on here? But usually they'll catch up at some point. All right. So Becca, Soul Path Dreaming, go ahead and post your question, my dear. Let me just double check. We didn't have any other donations. I think that's all she wrote, which is perfect, because we're I'll still have time to catch a slowed down lunch rather than having to rush out the door to go get the kids from school. That's always nice to be able to enjoy my lunch without having to scarf it down in the car. Yes, you got this, Brooke. Oh, I'm so glad that it resonated for you. You are so welcome. It's so good to see you here. I hope to see you again. All right. Becca, calling for Becca. Oh, what is the energy of your business? Okay, I'm just going to make sure you're here, Becca. So I'm not reading to a empty room. Are you still here, Becca? And we'll tune into this energy of your business. Let me go back up to your question so I can read it the right way. Becca. Energy of your business. Okay. All right, I'll take another drink. Just in case if Becca had to go or lagging behind or, whatever, let me timestamp this just in case. All right. Becca, Soul Path Dreaming. So we got 2 hours, 2 hours, 18 minutes, 52 seconds. 2:18, 52. I already forgot. For Becca, Soul Path Dreaming, the energy of her business. Okay. I'm already picking up spiritual vibes. So we're going to go over here to the Life Purpose Oracle for Becca's question. All right, Becca, we're starting the question. I hope you can hear me now. If not, I will leave this comment on the replay video at the bottom in the comments so you can find your timestamp. All right, for Becca, Soul Path Dreaming, the energy of her business. What does she need to know? Yeah, it might have to do with family. Or just you being able to be a better version of yourself to show up for your family, because your business is a very fulfilling part of your life, or at least that's what you want it to be, or that's what it has potential to be, is what I see here. But loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. Just, I don't know if part of your life purpose involves connecting soul family, people who in the same soul family, or maybe you've met a lot of soul family members through your job, through your work. But you also have a beautiful natural talent for writing, or just bringing more written content to your business is really going to help you. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. So I don't know if you have aspirations to be a writer, if you've already published, or you have a blog or a newsletter. I mean, it doesn't always have to look like a book. It could be a book. It could be an oracle card deck. It could be blog posts. It could be emails. I mean, there's many, many ways business people, or spiritual business people specifically, can write and create content or create engagement in their business. Or maybe even writing some sort of business plan or mission statement can really help you feel like you're on your soul path. Yeah, but whatever it is, the energy around your business does create this sense of justice. It brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. So the services or goods that you're providing to people, they really do make people feel like there's protection, there's fairness, there's balance. Again, there's this element of a spiritual connection between you and the people you're working with, or you're helping them tune into their spiritual connection with themselves or their guides or their angels. But you just bring a very spiritual presence to your business. Oh, you can hear me. Cool. Good. I think she might be lagging behind just slightly, just because I know I asked if she could hear me a minute ago. But that's okay, because she's here. Yeah, so there might have been some kind of heartbreaking things going on with your business. Like maybe it didn't grow or expand as much as you thought it would, or you just had some financial bumps or something. But you're overcoming this, because Spirit's showing me, I'm really reading this as a bleeding heart. Bleeding heart is someone who's not afraid to be vulnerable and put their heart on their sleeve, and really allow other people sometimes to trample all over them. But this is you energetically more protecting yourself, not just with other people in your business, but you protecting your energy or your business from people who are jealous or may want to, try to sabotage you. And this could even be people you love that you would never think are trying to sabotage you. And on a conscious level, they're not. But a lot of times subconsciously, like if a best friend energy, like subconsciously, usually based on past things, one best friend's doing really well in life and the other one is struggling, just broke up, just lost their job, things are going crazy in their life. A lot of times the person on kind of the more lower thing, or the thing that people that are really struggling, they'll look up to this person and they'll project envy or jealousy, or man, that must be nice to have life go well. And even like best friends or family members, they can't see how much work and dedication you put into something, because they're only there to see, the things that are, I guess more public, or the things you choose to share. They don't see the blood, sweat, tears, the planning, the worry, the stress of having a business. So a lot of times if people would understand everything that went into something that looks so effortless and easy on the outside, they wouldn't project all that crap towards you. And this just could be, especially if you are in a more spiritual based business, a lot of just the 3D matrix, 3D world doesn't really support a lot of, spiritual entrepreneurs. They really don't. But that doesn't mean we're doing anything wrong or that we shouldn't continue, because we definitely should. Oh, you're a dream seer. I need for people to, you read for people in the dream state. I've taken the leap. This would be my way to provide for Exactly. Yes, that's the family element. Yeah, you've taken action on your dreams. And you're not going to allow other people's, ill will toward you. And again, this doesn't have to be on a conscious level. People are, shooting their bad vibes to you. This could be subconscious. This could be even your own energy kind of self-sabotaging you at times, or thinking, well, What if people don't, I mean, am I reputable enough for people to come to me? And the whole imposter syndrome thing. You might be dealing with that a little bit. But you are on the move, literally. And you literally do travel, in the dream state. Or do those, dream seer. You're traveling. Energetically speaking, you are on the move constantly. That's beautiful. But you are helping people move forward in their lives, take action in their lives, through this dream state stuff. This is so powerful. I might have to look into what you offer. That's so interesting to me. I dream a lot. And I don't always know what they mean. A lot of times I do, but not always. Yeah. Especially if this is something that's relatively new. And by that, I guess I mean less than 3 years old, or this idea is something that you've just started in the last 3 years, or this business was just established in the last 3 years, then you're definitely on the right path. And, again, this might take a minute for you to really build a client base, but the ones that come to you are going to be repeat customers. It's not going to just be a one and done for probably the bulk of who you deal with. They're going to be so fascinated and amazed by what you do that they're going to want to keep coming back for more. Because think of it, we're dreaming all the time. It's not just one dream we've ever had, and that's that. There's probably people that want you to analyze dreams from, I don't know if you do like dream analysis from dreams from like past times, like have gone, dreams you've already had before booking a reading with you or whatever. But yeah, you are creating a new business, and it's going to be able to bring that financial abundance that you're seeking to provide for your family. Yeah, again, it's going to just take a little bit of patience building, your client base and getting your name out there. And I think the writing, that'll help. Writing emails, having a mailing list or a contact, they can sign up something on a website, having a website. A lot of people don't. I don't. I probably should, but I don't. But this could definitely help, have like a door front or a storefront for your business online. And yeah, just this element of patience. But yeah, again, when we get this card and this card, let me get it. When we get this combination, there's travel here. For sure, there's travel here. And again, I know you're energetically traveling all over the place to connect. But maybe physically traveling to, I don't know, hold seminars or, have meetups or something like that, where you are meeting with people, maybe in the astral realm, maybe, in the material world, I don't know, but you are traveling, or maybe this lifestyle is going to allow you to be able to travel physically and in the dream state even more than you are able to now, because you'll have more money coming in. Oh, you just started 2 years ago. There you go. You're on it. You're on it. All right. So let's just see. I want to get one more. Let's go to this Gateway Activation Oracle. One more message for the energy of Becca's soul path, dreamings, business. Yeah, sacred inner space. We've got here sacral chakra, tenderness, and sensuality. That's so powerful. So maybe really working with your solar plexus. That's, creativity. That's sexual energy. To create the business, you're going to need a lot of sacral energy to be able to create and sustain a long-running business. So really doing some healing in that sacral energy or sacral chakra energy point can really help you expand your energy. But also, you already have this card of expansion here. Well, two of them. These are both cards about expansion. And this is, you really working on this can help you expand. I love it. Oh, I love your energy. This is beautiful. I mean, this is such a unique and amazing thing that this is a service that, kind of along the lines of what I do. It's not a need, but it's a definite want and a luxury and, just a cool service to be able to offer. A lot of times we think, well, I have to have a service that people need or I'm not relevant, but that's just not true, especially us kind of exiting the matrix and wanting to kind of create our own, more self-sustaining and entrepreneurial, kind of more spiritually based businesses. This really is going to be the wave of the future for that more 5D timeline. So you're already on your path, Becca, and I wish you nothing but the best. Yeah, you deciding to create this business, I got major chills now. Crown tingles. This was inspired by Spirit. So Spirit, your own higher self, came in and was like, start this business, do this thing. You're so amazing at it. And you've come to learn I am amazing at it. And it's okay if I pat myself on the back for it, because you are good at what you do and other people need to know that. You got this, Becca. Energy is beautiful. It's just maybe again, as humans, we limit ourselves and think, oh, no one's going to want what I'm offering, or this might just be too out there for your average person to want to ever book with me. We go through all, we break our own hearts constantly with the crap that goes through our heads. But remember, that voice in your head isn't really you. You're the observer of the one doing the voice, right? You're the observer of the voice. That's what I meant to say. So just remembering those mean voices in your head are not you. So you don't have to listen to them. They can just go away. You got this. This is going to be, you just stepping into this and really expanding this. But again, it's going to take a little bit of patience to do all the things you need to do or want to do to really grow and expand your business to the level that you know it can be. Awesome. So Path Dreaming, Amanda does some healing sessions that are so magical. Also release of trapped emotions. Yes, I do. I do offer those kind of healing sessions. I do. Yeah, I've done a lot of that. Well, not so much the emotion stuff because that's more new, but I've done a lot of sessions with Jessie. She's a repeat customer and a soul sister. I love her. Oh, you are so welcome. I hope this gets you excited about your mission and your business, because this is something, like, I was feeling the excitement just reading and pulling your cards. Like, now I got the chills again. So this is something that you need to continue and do, because this is something that, especially moving into these higher timelines, people need these services to really validate the experiences they're having and to just learn more about themselves and what their higher selves are trying to tell them through these dreams. So that's so powerful. And the chills won't stop, Becca. You're onto something. Keep going. Even if you get discouraged, like I have been lately. Let me just do a little personal share. I've been a little discouraged lately because my what did I say earlier? 2 years, 9 month long YouTube channel, my main channel. I don't know if you know, I have another channel where I actually have pick a card readings. About 21,000 subscribers, give or take, over there. But my channel's like on its deathbed. Like, I'm getting no views. YouTube is not letting people know I'm uploading, and people are like, less than 1% of my subscribers even get the notification that things are going on, even though, like, I think 16% to 20, last I checked, it's been a while, at least 16, probably closer to 20 at this point, people have the notifications clicked, percentage of my what do you call it? My subscribers. Gosh, words are hard. I've had COVID, so like the brain fog's been really real for me lately. Had COVID a couple weeks ago and I'm still dealing with it. So there's that. But yeah, I've just been really dejected, like thinking maybe I'm gonna have to just close this, because I'm making, like, you guys, I didn't tell anyone else this, but I'm making usually less than $3 a day for all the hundreds of pick a cards and content I have on that main channel. The views are so low. I'm making anywhere between $2 to $7 a day, and only $7 if I upload that day and kind of bump the views up just a bit. It's an average of about $3.28 that I make a day just by, continuing to go forward and upload. And it's very disheartening, because for a while I was making closer to $27 a day, which still seems very low, right? But still, I'd take 27 a day over $3.28 a day. I know it's tacky to talk about money, but like, we're all friends here. I just don't care anymore. I'm just like, yeah, I don't care that people don't know I don't make anything on this. And again, that's not why I do what I do, but it's good to have that energetic exchange when I put my heart and soul into everything I do, and you're paid $3.28 a day for that content. It's a little bit of a slap in the face, but my ego gets involved, and I try to tell myself that everything's happening for a reason, and trying to do, make the changes and shifts that I know I have control over to make the channel grow and expand. If I can somehow get that algorithm to work with me a little bit, I think I'd be a little better off, but I might have to just get creative with the way that I try to get my content out there as well. So, oh, thank you so much. Oh, you always do your pick a cards. Oh, thank you. They're fun. I love them. It's such a passion of mine that I a lot of times will say lately that it's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to close my channel. But then there's this other part of me that's like, I genuinely enjoy doing this. So I think at the very least, I would still upload once in a while when the whim caught me, even if I did decide that it's just not financially viable for me to spend Sometimes I spend upwards of 20, sometimes 30 hours just doing things, filming, editing, channeling for YouTube. And, a lot of times the energetic time investment and, energy and blood, sweat, tears, and soul that I put into it, it's just not reciprocated. But again, when I genuinely enjoy something, because, they always say, if you didn't, if money was no issue, what would you do? I would be doing this. So obviously, it's not to me about the money, but the money's a nice little perk or bonus, I guess, just so that I can, buy the kids basketball shoes, or put a tank of gas in my car. And I've been actually spent all last year accumulating money. My mom, her house burned down, and um, my whole, like, not all of it, but all of my YouTube revenue I saved, and these pick a cards, or not pick cards, live streams revenue, donations, all went into an account for my mom, whose house burned down, to be able to furnish her house when she gets it. So yeah. So I'm still doing it benevolently, because I've always had issues with accepting money for what I create or what I do, getting paid by other people. Like when I would work like a job somewhere where the boss would pay me, like I didn't feel guilty about getting the paycheck then. So why do I feel guilty when I put even more of my love and soul into what I do as an entrepreneur? I still at times catch myself feeling guilty. Like, did I deliver that reading? Did they get the maximum that I could give them for the price that they paid? Like, I want to make sure everybody's happy. So I'm still struggling with, my own self-worth issues, and clearing a lot of trapped emotions that are affecting my self-worth and my, lack mentalities with money. So like, it's a thing. And especially any entrepreneur out there, we all have like imposter syndrome, and we feel like no one's ever going to pay what I think I'm worth. But then when they do, we're like, oh no, am I even worth that? Like, it's a whole thing. I'm sure, Becca, you've maybe experienced some of these thoughts. But again, those voices that are telling us we're not good enough, they're not real. Oh, oh, you enjoyed it. Thank you. Oh, I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Claudia. I appreciate you. Yeah, I love doing this kind of content too. YouTube is totally different energy. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I can feel that. I feel a lot of love, but there's also a lot of not so much love. But if you actually go through my comments on my videos, there's probably 98% love, and then like 2% here and there sprinkled in some troll or someone, making fun of me in some way. And it's just like, do you even know what we do here? Do you even go to this school? Like, what's going on? And you just got to send them love and realize they're probably hurting. And that's why they reached out and said something nasty. But for the most part, I've only had one death threat, but it was from someone who spent over 3 hours sending hundreds of different comments on multiple different not lives, pick a card readings. But they were actually commenting on the content. They didn't just come to a video and write a nasty comment and go to another video. Like, they were actually engaging nastily with the content. It was funny. She doesn't even go here. Wait, let me change that. Let me change that since we got these going on. Okay, here we go. Do I have my hoodie in here? No, I don't. Pretend this is a hoodie. She doesn't even go here. You gotta keep things comical, am I right? Yeah. I thought I was a comedian in a past life. No. I actually had a TV show in the early 2000s, 2003 to 2004 to be specific. Yeah, gotta love Damien. Gotta love Mean Girls. I haven't seen that movie in forever. I think it's time. I probably need to find wherever that's streaming and watch it. But yeah, I used to have it was not like, oh, I'm famous YouTube or video, or sorry, TV show. That's what I was trying to say. It was just a local community access channel. Sorry, the phlegm is real with this COVID. Ugh. Yep, me, always the comic relief. But we just had me and a couple friends from college just had a local TV show on the community access channel. And we were kind of, at the time, YouTube didn't exist then, but we branded ourselves as Jackass meets CKY, or like Viva La Bam. I don't know if you guys remember that, meets Saturday Night Live, like, and meets Punked. Like, we kind of before Punked was really a major thing. Like, we were doing a lot of that. Of course, the pranks we pulled were very, very minimum and did not hurt anyone's feelings or property or anything like that. Um, but yeah, we had so much fun. We had I still have some of those on YouTube, but I'm not going to tell you where they are. If you find them, I guess you're a rock star. um, but yeah, I actually, Michelle, speaking of music, I actually composed the song for the TV show. I'll send you the link, Michelle. Anyone, okay, how about this? Anyone who cares to see this content, you can email me. How's that sound? My email is in the description below. If you can figure that out and you want me to send you a link to this old YouTube channel where I put some of this content, the real good stuff isn't even on there because I kind of ran out of time. I was kind of uploading that stuff as I was in college. So, because YouTube, I think I uploaded most of that in 2006. So it's been on the internet for what, 14, almost 15 years now? Oh my gosh. Yeah, when YouTube first became a thing, I'd have to kind of upload clips of it because they used to limit you to like 5-minute videos or under 10-minute videos. Yeah, so weird. Yeah, but that's how did I even get talking about this? Isn't that weird? You like talk about something and then that leads to something else and then something else and then something else. Yeah, but I'm gonna go. I probably should go get some lunch before I jet out the door to go pick up my boys from school. So I'm gonna go do that. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. It's the weekend all day. It's Friday all day, and then the weekend the next couple days. At least for some of us. I mean, some people have their weekend during the middle of the week, but I've recently decided to take weekends off to spend more time with my family. I feel like Michael Scott. I'm taking this time to step down to have more time with my family. When the watermark episode, you guys know, those that know The Office will probably know that episode. It was obscene. I do not accept your apology. All right, you guys, I'm going to go and stop rambling and talking about random things. Although I think that's so much fun. I could just stand here. I'm not standing. See, COVID brain. I could sit here and talk about the weirdest, most off the wall random stuff for hours. Michelle knows. Her and I get into conversations during her her mentor sessions where we're like on 50 tangents, but it's fun. It's like hanging out with a friend. All right, you guys, I'm going to go. I loved every moment of this. You guys are amazing. Thank you for allowing me to do what I do and continuing to keep this chat high vibe. I love the high vibe tribe. If you guys love this content and what I got going on my other channel, I do have a Patreon as well where we really have a close-knit, fun little community over there. We have 20 patrons. And we really, when we do those Zoom meetings and live streams, we really have fun and ask questions and get to know each other. It's so much fun. So if you've ever been interested in that, you can check the description for Patreon. Also, my main channel, I had a video go live yesterday, a message from your star family, and I have a message that's meant to find you coming up on Monday for my main channel. First thing linked in the description, or it's probably in the description, but if you don't know my main channel, it's just The Done Creative. Without the word live like this channel, just The Done Creative. It'll pop up. You can check out if you want pick a card readings. I got hundreds of them over there. And also the intuition exercises if you want to test your intuition. It's more kind of like ESP or telepathic kind of intuition rather than, choosing which one was the murderer between this person or this person kind of intuition. But yeah, I love you guys. I'm going to shut up and go eat some food. I love you. Thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. You guys are amazing, and I really truly do hope to see you right here back at The Done Creative live, also over my main channel, The Done Creative, and Patreon. And if you are interested in booking a personal reading with me or just wanted to know the name of that YouTube channel or a link to that, you can email me, amanda@dunnphotodesign.com. It's in the description. I love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. All right, bye. I'm finally going. She's finally shutting up.